finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
Reverse. Uno. 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 Uno.
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
Reverse. Uno. Reverse. Uno. Uno. Uno.
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
Uno. Uno.
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun. Players from all over North America battled their way through a series of qualifiers, with the 16 best making it to our Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup. Our finalists will be playing with the same rules they used in the qualifiers: classic solos, stack, and our one house card rule, discard all. We will also be adding a new rules wheel spin that will determine the 4th and final rule for each stage of the competition. We will spin the wheel before the group stages, semifinals, and finals, and will add in one of the 4 rules shown: 0-7, Wild Punch, Open Draft, or Color Challenge. Competitors will work their way through a 16-player bracket, with the top 2 players from each match moving on to the next round, all the way to the grand finals. Instead of relying on score, our matches will continue to be played until the first player reaches 3 wins. That player will move on to the next round, along with the player with the second best record. If players are tied in wins, we'll have that covered in the rulebook. Finally, if you make it to the grand finals match, you will be playing for your share of the $5,000 prize pool, along with a unique in-game title and a pile of diamonds. Good luck, and may the best player win. You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game, and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
Uno! Uno!
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game, and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes? Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
Reverse. Uno. 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 Uno.
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
Uno. Reverse. Uno. Reverse. Reverse. Uno. Reverse. Uno. Uno. Uno.
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
Uno. Uno.
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun. Players from all over North America battled their way through a series of qualifiers, with the 16 best making it to our Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup. Our finalists will be playing with the same rules they used in the qualifiers: classic solos, stack, and our one house card rule, discard all. We will also be adding a new rules wheel spin that will determine the 4th and final rule for each stage of the competition. We will spin the wheel before the group stages, semifinals, and finals, and we'll add in one of the 4 rules shown: 0-7, Wild Punch, Open Draft, or Color Challenge. Competitors will work their way through a 16-player bracket, with the top 2 players from each match moving on to the next round, all the way to the grand finals. Instead of relying on score, our matches will continue to be played until the first player reaches 3 wins. That player will move on to the next round, along with the player with the second best record. If players are tied in wins, we'll have that covered in the rulebook. Finally, if you make it to the grand finals match, you will be playing for your share of the $5,000 prize pool, along with a unique in-game title and a pile of diamonds. Good luck, and may the best player win. You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game, and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes? Unbelievable. Listen into the celebrations.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what I just did, but I did it!
No way, dude.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. Welcome into the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly final. Folks, it's October. This is the last monthly final of the year. It's crazy that we're here. And of course, I'm your host, Gojj. And yes, I am wearing a pumpkin on my head. Excited to get into that with our spooky stroll right around the corner. But before we talk about anything, I've got to remind everybody at home, if you haven't somehow downloaded Uno Mobile for free on iOS or Android Google Play Store, what are you doing? Go get involved with Uno Mobile right now. Such a fun game. It's free. It's got a great community as well. And I got to talk about that community with all of the social medias you need to follow. First and foremost, the Discord. You can type in !Discord in chat. The mods will direct you there. A great community, but also follow Uno on all other major socials. We're live on a ton of different platforms, and they always have competitions going down in Discord and on all of their socials. So go tune in and hear about all the news that is around the corner with Uno Mobile. Now, everybody is here because they love Uno Mobile, but everybody is here because they also love giveaways. So let's start with one really early into the show. Hey, I'm rewarding you just for being here at the top of the show, folks. Here's your gift code 1, the number 1, last fight for final. If you're paying attention in the pre-show, you saw how to do this. Hit that cogwheel in the top left-hand corner, head down to that gift code section, click redeem, and type in the number 1, the last fight for final. 250 coins and 5 diamonds just for being here at the beginning of the show. So thanks for being here. Go type in your code. Go get your rewards. And without further ado, by the way, we've got a ton more giveaways you've got to stay tuned for. We have more than maybe you've seen ever in our Uno Mobile broadcast, okay? So get ready. There's a lot of things I'm going to be asking of you and different ways to win. But I can't do all of that by myself. It's a lot, right? So we're going to bring in our amazing co-host. We've got Pancakpow back. And yes, we are both dressed up for the spooky stroll. I went pumpkin, you went cat ears. How are you feeling?
I am so excited. I cannot believe this is our last
event of the year before finals. I mean, we've been doing this all year. We've been seeing all these competitors come through here in Uno Mobile Esports. It's been such a pleasure being with you all year here, Gojj.
Yeah, it has been a crazy ride, and you're right. This is the last monthly final. It's the last, fight for the final, like our first giveaway code said, right? So excited to get into the competition. But before we do that, we've got a brand new thing for you for being here, for the people at home being here. We've got another way to earn some rewards. Now, this is a new thing. We are giving away 3 of each of these. We've got our effects, our emojis, our card themes, and this is what's so exciting. The way you do this, the way you enter into this giveaway is all you have to do is spam your Uno Mobile ID number in chat now. So if you're on YouTube, if you're all over the place, start typing in that Uno Mobile ID. You might be asking, where is that? Very simple. Hit that same cogwheel on the Uno Mobile homepage in the top left-hand corner. Then right in that info section, that first tab right underneath your name, that's where that 13-digit ID number is. Okay, go type that in right now. Each of these are $9.99 each, by the way, USD. There's so much you can earn, and of course these fruit effects, the emojis, the card themes. We're going to be giving away 3 of each of these today, and all you got to do is type in that Uno Mobile ID. So I'm checking chat. I'm watching for it. You start spamming. You can type it in as quite literally as many times as you want. Go type it in right now for a chance to win. We'll be drawing winners throughout the day today, by the way. So just continue to spam as long as you'd like. We'll remind you to spam in certain sections where our moderators will be choosing our winner. So it's all luck. It's all luck based. But hey, feel free to spam it as much as you would like. Now, Pow, I want to talk about today in particular, right? Yes. We've done this very cool thing with our rules recently. Well, we've kept the same rules throughout the entirety of the year, right? There's a lot of really kind of standardization we found throughout the year, and then we've added in this fun new aspect. So we're going to get to our wheel spin, but talk to me about what we've seen from our standard rules throughout the year.
Correct. Yes. Now, we've kind of modified things throughout the year, but the rules are the rules. And the first 3 wins advances. We also have our top 2 move on. But then this is part of the rules where I feel this kind of could change everything is our stack and discard all. Now, this we've seen teams, either they capitalize this or they don't.
That's right.
They sometimes learn from their recent predecessors, or they don't. So it's going to be really exciting to see it. But I am excited to see what our wheel's going to offer, because that's really been the game changer in these series.
Yeah, look, the stack and discard all has been one of the most fun things to watch on broadcast, right? Stacking, of course, when you're stacking, your +4s or your +2s, we've gotten up to like +20, +24 in the past. So it gets crazy. Now, if we spin that wheel and we get wild punch, maybe we'll be able to, punch back on somebody and make them draw those 24 cards. And then discard all has really been the key factor to winning it all. And I think players have realized that throughout our monthly competitions. Okay, so it's fun to talk about our basic rules, but it's time to add in our new rule of the day. Now, you're going to recognize this wheel spin, all the same rules, but we get to respin it and see what rule our competitors would play with. This is just for group stages, all right? So as we spin the wheel, let's see what all of our group stage competitors are going to have to play with. And it is 0-7. 0-7 is back. Pal, I love me some 0-7, and I know you and I are both fans of chaos. Group stages, a great time to have 0-7.
This is beyond controlled chaos over here. You just don't know what's going to happen. Things are reversing. Decks are moving. I mean, this is kind of where a little bit of toxicity can come out here into these plays, which I kind of, love. This is our last one of the year. I think a lot of people have a lot to prove, but I think this kind of keeps things really spicy in our series.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I'm excited, of course, to see what these players are able to do with the 0-7s. It's chaos, but it's also just a type of strategy. You've got to think about how to use your 0s correctly to move the decks in the rotation of play, and use your 7s correctly to change hands with the right player at the right time. So we're excited to get into the gameplay, but before we do that, we got to talk about the players, folks. Let's talk about the players. And Pal, as per the usual, we've got some folks that we recognize, and we've got some that, they're here for the very first time. Let's start up at Group A. Maybe a favorite name here. I don't know that we've got any returners in Group A.
Maria, Romeo, Knight, and Deadpool. I mean, I'm kind of curious to see. I love the names, by the way. Definitely keeping it real here. I can't. My eyes are drawn into Deadpool.
Sure.
I don't know. It's kind of a thing. A little villain, a little hero, maybe antagonist, protagonist. But you never know. We got also Group B. We got Emmy Slays, Candy Apple. And me, who's been also a returner, right?
That's right. And when you say me, no, pal, you're not playing. Their player name
not me,
is
not
no,
me.
exactly right. The player name is me. So when you hear us saying that, me smiley face, maybe we could say the full name. But this is Lightning McQueen. Now, Lightning McQueen, aka me smiley face, they played actually in July. Now they didn't advance out of the group stages, so a chance to kind of come back with a little bit of experience and hopefully better their position. We'll see. This is the last chance for the finals. But heading into Group C, we've got Houdini the Great. I don't know that I could ever not think that Houdini maybe could win this group, because Houdini's always pulling stuff out of the hat. No matter how bleak it looks, Houdini can win it all. But Bill, we got Techie, we've got Lane Boy. Again, some new players that we haven't seen before.
Yes. I mean, this is kind of, mixing in some new blood into the series. I love it. They've also, been part of the community, so they're able to kind of, learn from each other, talk to one another. But we have also Group D. We got Jaja. We got, is it Vinny H, or is it just Vinny X?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vinix. We're just going straight Vinix. Vinix H. Yeah, I love it. Somebody can correct us in chat if we hear. Maybe this player. Maybe they're part of the Discord. But yeah, Lily and Latonia Love. Now Latonia also actually played. Was a part of the Duos Invitational. So not only played in some nice competition, but played in a different format. Right? That's a Duos game, totally different game. We'll see if that experience maybe helps them out. But here we are. There are our 4 groups. The big question in my mind for the people at home is, who do you think is going to win? And pal, this is what's another fun thing we're adding in this month, and this is the first time we've been able to do this, I believe, here in the monthly finals, is we actually have an opportunity for the people at home to vote in app. So if we see you, I know some of the people at home, they like to watch this live stream in app itself. That little TV button at the bottom of your homepage, that's where you tune into the live stream. There's going to be an opportunity to vote on who you think is going to win in each game. So as we get into the game, get ready for that, because you can win 500 coins per time that you guess right. All right. So a total of 3,500 coins throughout the entire broadcast today. A total of 7 matches, 7 times 500. You got it, right? But we're into game 1. A lot to talk about.
Time.
And it's the first game of the last monthly finals. It can't be anything but hype.
I mean, this is so hype. I love seeing everybody's little picture up there. It kind of, shows the taunts are always really, really exciting because this is the first group that kind of sets the tone, I feel like, for this event. Who is going to be kind of showing up their skills, also just kind of, making sure that they secure their spot on moving on. So, you could see here the stacking already starting to come into play. I mean, you got Romeo over here making the decision, able to push in with that green.
Yeah, we are.
Maria changing the color over here right away.
And again, pal, not a lot of wilds to go around. Knight's got a couple, Romeo's got one. But again, reminder, it's 0-7s. We've already talked about a lot. It's 0-7. So if you see a 7 or a 0, they either need to be the last card, or you got to play them pretty early, or maybe burn them through the discard. All, of course, super, super powerful. And so far, Romeo looking the strongest, but it's 0-7s, which means anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, Maria does have that 7. She is holding on to it. So we could see that possibly being kind of in play over here. Kind of Romeo kind of just burning the clock too. That's something to really keep in mind moving forward into these plays, because the clock can actually really go in your favor most of the time. Sometimes not, but keeping an eye is really, really important.
Yeah, definitely. And I see a lot of people spamming their IDs in chat, and we love to see them. Don't worry, we're going to be drawing winners all day today, but the time to spam has finished, and I'll remind you when you can spam your ID again. But getting into the gameplay again, here we go. Cards have moved. Maria has played their +4 wild. Cards being stacked. Maria's on Uno. Somebody's got to be able to change it here. And Deadpool, I think. Oh no, Knight just drew a 7.
Just picked up that 7.
Good pass off and change hands. And that's exactly what Knight's going to do. A huge take early in this group.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure she is like, oh man, hopefully he did not have a 7, but he was able to pull that from that. And there goes the switching of decks as we see it. Okay, we're going to see if in fact Knight is he's able to use that skip.
Okay.
Oh, gonna do that.
Saves it.
Skip to Deadpool, back to Knight.
Here we go. Discard all's on the table. Not going to take it to yellow. Smart. Might know Deadpool has a yellow, and Deadpool draws a blue. Doesn't help. Now, again, 20 seconds left already in the first game of the first group. Maria down to 2 cards, and they're only worth 3 points in a really good position. Can anybody do anything about it? It's going to come down to this draw here, pal. Maria's got
7 seconds over here.
Maria draws.
Ooh.
Still has just enough points to win it all. Deadpool.
Oh my goodness, she's gonna stay. She's gonna stay.
Barely able
Wow.
to eke out that win.
Ooh.
As a reminder, if the time runs out, it comes down to points, pal. And a total of, I think, somewhere around like 18 points. And an action card is worth 20 points. So Deadpool was only about 2 or 3 points away from winning it all right there in the final moments, getting down to 1 card. It wasn't enough, though. So congratulations to our very first winner of the group. Now, again, got to win twice in order to move on. And we'll see, win 3 times to move on. And pal, we'll see who can be the top 2 players to move on. Because again, 2 per group will move on to the next round.
Now, I really love the way Maria played that for us because, in fact, we did see another 7 come through, but she didn't switch it up. And you just, mentioned that she was holding on to that due to points. So that was such a great play for her to secure that first win.
Okay, here we go. So Maria up 1. As we get into it here, I see a lot of greens on the table here for the bottom 2, kind of left 2 players, but on the right-hand side, things are going to change dramatically. Look at Knight's hand. Got to go ahead and burn the wild because that hand is not going to be his for very long. 2 7s and a 0 in Knight's hand.
Okay.
Watch out. Things are going to get crazy. A lot of zeros on the table. Romeo has 1. Deadpool has 1. Knight's got 2 7s and a 0. About to be
Love that
chaos.
skip from Maria right there. Knight has to play that 1. Will Deadpool use that wild card? Definitely does. Goes for yellow.
All right, here we
Maria
go.
burning that yellow right there.
Slowly but surely. And Romeo doing a lot of the same. Now, this is part of the strategy of 0-7s. You almost want to burn your wilds, especially if you have 0s and 7s in your hand, because you're going to get rid of that hand. You don't want to give somebody else a wild. Now,
Correct.
We've got Maria on Uno, and it's a wild card. This could end early. Romeo switches for it, and everyone's going to be doing the same. This Uno wild card is going to be passed around several times.
Uno.
I mean, this is kind of where, burning the 7s, unless you pick them
There
up.
it is. It's continuing. It's gone now to every single person.
It's come full circle.
That's right. It's going to keep going, too.
Oh, man.
You know you got to play a 7, but you can't. You have to try to draw, and you can't do anything about it. Romeo grabs a victory after the wild card is passed all the way around the circle. Romeo has 1. Maria has 1. First 2 games done and dusted. We are moving quick. And I want to remind everybody at home, again, a lot of ways to win giveaways today. And the one about spamming your IDs, you spammed it. Congratulations. We are grabbing winners already. I will remind you when to spam that ID again. So enjoy the show, talk about the rules, and of course, ask questions. I did see somebody in chat, by the way, be very, very helpful and say it is VNix, by the way, for our next group, pal. But again, back to Group A. It is 1-1. First to 3, top 2 moving on. Here we go.
Here we go. Now, that game did go by a little bit faster. As you can see, they are definitely strategizing using our 7s. I mean, I have to just, give a shout out to Uno. I mean, I'm absolutely loving this deck. This deck is so beautiful. As a big, space, enthusiast, I just love it. I just have to say that.
Yeah, I need to ask people in chat who grabbed all of the space collection, because if you didn't, you missed out. The space collection might be one of my favorites ever.
So good.
So good. But let's get back into the game here. Okay, space collection at hand. Some discard alls. Again, 0-7. So
the taunts. I love the taunts already too. They're coming out. Everyone's feeling spicy, including these reverses over here. Romeo thinking about putting that wild card. All right, decides to do it with that yellow.
yeah, I'm not seeing as many 0s this time around. Only 1 been burned early, and it looks like Deadpool's the only player with a 0 or a 7, namely having that 7. And so it's going to be a little bit of slow gameplay, slow and steady. And Maria's not going to want to burn this +4 wild yet, potentially, because she doesn't have the 0-7. So she's hoping she can hang on to her hand. We'll see. And very quickly, Deadpool picks correctly. Could have been Romeo, could have been Maria. Picks Maria's hand, and huge win there for Deadpool with nobody able to switch back to Pow. Deadpool's in a great spot.
Red.
Ooh, changes it back to red.
Draw 4.
Gonna have to draw there, and nobody can play on this red, and nobody has a wild
either. No 0-7s.
This should just be free and
This is
clear.
it.
There it is. Deadpool grabs a victory as well, Pow.
Beautiful.
Looks like almost everybody's got one on the board. And, you know, it's funny. I really respect Maria's gameplay, Pow. I don't know if you saw it there. She had a red she could play. I think she knew, because it was her former hand, that the other card was a red card. And so she said, I can't play this red. I'm just going to try to draw and see if I can draw a wild and maybe try to get lucky. Didn't get lucky. Deadpool grabs the victory, but still smart plays.
Yeah, because you just never know. I mean, you might pick up one of that card and things can just switch really, really quickly. But now everyone's on the board, you know, so we can see what happens next.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, first to 3 wins, top 2 moving on, though. So could come down to the wire here on some tiebreakers. I'll remind everybody at home how the tiebreakers work, but here we go. Back into the game.
Yellow.
Here we go. Now, Romeo up top has got 2 wilds and no way to swap hands, but Deadpool's got 2 ways to swap hands. Couple zeros across the board.
Now, it looks like Knight, I did say everyone was on the board, but Knight is yet to get on the board. So this could be their chance to get on the board.
Skip.
Got some good, decent cards there.
All right.
Start utilizing that stack right there.
Yellow.
Okay, a nice yellow play from Romeo. This is going to force pretty much everybody to have to draw, or Deadpool decide to change hands. Gonna go ahead and do
There
it.
it goes.
It's a risk. It's a risk when you're one of the lower hands to pass off to somebody with more cards. It worked out for Deadpool, able to grab a +4 wild here. Might go ahead and burn it because he thinks likely somebody's going to change hands. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, back to green over here, kind of stacking, figuring out if in fact you're able to draw. Ooh, got the little cry eyes over there. All right, decides to change it to red.
All right.
Draw 4.
Ooh, the challenge. Misses it.
Skip.
Maria moving.
Huge. That
See that.
is a huge skip on Romeo, pal. Look what Romeo had. Discard all on red. Will probably still actually get to play it. Do you go for all of those red cards away and pass off your 0? I think you do. Down to 3, but they're all the same color. Not a great spot.
Maybe this is Knight's chance over here. Oh,
Gonna be a +8 to Romeo. So got some cards out.
ooh.
A lot of cards going back in. However, the likelihood of, there you go, drawing a 0 or a 7, that hand's about to go somewhere else.
Oh my goodness. All right, Knight is on the board for first. And there it is. Oh, that's switch.
It's gonna keep
Maria
going.
Switching it.
That's the nature of 0-7s too, is that when 1-7's played, if a lot of people have those 7s, they can just continue to stack on top of that, right? Doesn't have to be the same color. So 2 7s back and forth. Romeo now on Uno. Can anyone do anything about it? Well, a skip will at least stave him off for a second.
All right.
Oh no, he plays a 3!
Oh!
Maria had no idea. That is exactly what Romeo needed.
Oh my goodness.
Romeo goes to 2 wins and is knocking on the doorsteps of semifinals.
Wow. I mean, it's so close right there, that back and forth. But when you have those decks switching, anything can happen. But, oh, so close.
Yeah, that's just part of it, right? Because I think, like, when you think about 0-7s in particular, you have to keep track of so much, right? So, like, I think Maria might even have had that hand at some point and was trying to remember back at what was going on. And that's just tough. There's a lot to keep track of. It's a lot of cognitive thinking.
So much.
Maria's been playing fantastic. Gonna have to win another one here, though. If Romeo wins this, look at the bottom of our screen here. Folks at home, if you're looking, reminder, the top 2 move on. If Romeo wins this, gets 3 wins, he's moving on. And because of the scores, Deadpool is moving on. So I know you're voting on who you think's going to win in app. If you haven't done that, go into your app and make sure you vote to win 500 coins. And if you get it right, you'll win some coins. But Romeo is on top currently. You'll have a chance to vote for who you think's going to win each of the group stages, semifinals, and finals.
Ooh, all right. We got some decent hands over here.
Blue.
Quite a bit of stacking possibilities.
Yellow.
A 1-7 over here from Romeo's side. Here's that +8.
Yellow.
All right, there it is. There's the +4 being stacked to a +12 to Romeo.
Ooh.
But again, Romeo feels fine about this because
Yes.
he can change hands with somebody. The problem is you have 2 7s in your hand, which means you change hands with somebody, they're going to send it right back likely on their turn. We'll see, though. A couple +2s could be played here as well. And I don't know if this one's going to end anytime soon. We'll see.
Uno.
Ooh, okay.
Red.
There's the wild.
Changing it to red over here.
Uno.
Maria's also gonna switch up the color to blue.
Okay. Blue works for a lot of people. The question in your mind is, what can I do to make sure Maria doesn't win? We're going to change it to yellow. That's neither of the colors either of the 2 people in Uno wanted. Let's hope they don't have the cards. And, a reverse top deck. That's wild.
Okay.
A huge...
All right. Maria in first with Deadpool in second.
Skip.
Nice skip. See what Deadpool can draw. Another reverse. Can't play it this time, though. Should be able to make... Oh, just gonna keep skipping.
Oh, man. They are just punishing Maria on all these skips.
Okay, Deadpool goes back to Uno. Now, let's look at our scores here. Maria is in first technically right now. 6 points on the board.
There it is.
There's the 7. Was able to play it. Romeo.
Maria has a 2. She's gonna switch it back.
I'm telling you, 2-7 curse.
No.
The 2-7 curse in 0-7s is so brutal. Now you get a chance to just throw as many cards out as you can. You got to make Maria draw cards, and that's
15 seconds.
exactly what you're going to try to do. But a nice challenge from Maria.
Ooh.
Romeo draws instead.
There it is.
Maria plays her card. Maria wins regardless of what card she has. Maria is back on top. Now, we've got 2 players on 2 wins here. So now either one of them want to win because then they both move on, pal. This is what I love about the way we do these Uno Mobile competitions. Maria can say, with 0-7s in particular, if she doesn't have an opportunity to win, she can try to use a 0 and maybe give the win to Romeo so they both move on. Either of them win, they both move on. It's just going to determine whether or not people at home win their 500 coins.
Yes, the first player to win 3 times wins this round. So everybody here is just really trying to take that opportunity. As you can see, there's quite a few wild cards, some stacking opportunities over here.
Look at
Lots
Maria.
of blues from Deadpool and Maria.
If Maria can just go to blue here, she can win with 5 cards, 6 cards in her hand. Discard all with all blues. If it stays
Basically,
here,
yeah.
I think it will.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna discard all, discard all, discard all. Maria's gonna win it all with 6 cards in her hand. Look at this.
Wow. Wow.
Unreal.
Maria.
Unbelievable victory. Nobody was able to use a 0. Nobody was able to use a 7. Maria wins it all in the end. I was talking about her strategy, talking about her plays, pulled it out in the end. It is moving on to the semifinals. That's Maria and Romeo, both on top. No tiebreakers to write home about. Pal, we've already finished up Group A. We are screaming through this thing, and I love it because it's Halloween spooky season.
It is spooky season, and what was spooky is how strategic and big brain plays Maria was coming in with this first matchup today. I mean, you can see everyone. It's kind of like you got to get the nerves out of the way with the first game, but once you kind of, get going, I mean, I feel like it's kind of everything you've learned kind of goes into play. We've talked to previous winners, they say they're kind of nervous. They're kind of like in the zone. This is, they're competing not only for glory, but also we're competing for a chance to get it to the finals. So this is her securing herself to the semifinals. But you can see some of the big brain plays that we had from a lot of players like Romeo here. And I mean, it was fun seeing the stacking, but man, that last stack at the end for her was really what was a chef's kiss moment.
Yeah, that challenge right there, obviously, very smart play. It kind of telegraphed. Romeo had so many cards. It's like, there's no way you can't play on that color. But here's the final moment. You can see it telegraphed from a mile away. The bird's eye discard all view. I loved this. Discard all, discard all, discard all. And they go, no way Maria gets rid of all of her cards. Well, yeah, she does. 6 cards go down. Maria wins it all. 3 wins from Maria and does so handily. Romeo with 2. Maria and Romeo moving on to the next round. Such a big win.
Big win. And 532 points as well, too. So, nice little chunk of points. And coming up in first, I'm sure that is going to bring a lot of confidence coming in through that semifinals.
Yeah, here's to take a look at the semifinals really quickly. Of course, Maria and Romeo moving on, like we said. Maria going to semis A and Romeo going to semis B. So we'll see who potentially will be competing against them in the next couple groups. But it's time to move to Group B. We've got Emmy Slays, we've got Candy Apple, and we've got me, Smiley Face, and James Chu, all going to be competing for those same spots. Now, Pal, I got to say, first group went fast. 0-7s, about as chaotic as we thought.
I mean, I love this chaos of having the wheel come in and just shake everything up with our 0s and 7s, and what's really exciting too is like, how will the rest of the groups respond to this first matchup? Because I feel like a lot of contestants learn and maybe take notes on what everyone is doing. So we're going to have a full fresh group coming in and seeing if in fact they're going to take some mental notes on what Group A did.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what's going to happen, right? Because especially because of the way we do this competition with that wheel spin in particular, right? You don't know what rule you're going to be playing with in that group stages until we spin the wheel, which is right before you start, right? So at the end of the day, you're kind of have to pivot and think on your feet. But some of the groups, maybe down at the bottom, Group D in particular, they have a small advantage that they can try to maybe practice a little bit of 0-7s. But you probably did that already, right? But Group B, getting started, pal. We're getting into it. Let's get into the gameplay and see what these players are able to do. Right into it here with Emmy Slay's POV. And again, we can see all the cards. Of course, if this is the first time you watched a monthly final, the players can't see all these cards. It's just a way for us to have fun here on broadcast. But here we go. Wild cards galore, 7s and 0s across the board.
Yes, lots of opportunities here to kind of feel everything out, see if in fact, if we're going to move things around in the beginning, or is everyone just kind of try to, get rid of their cards? We're going to start seeing a little bit of the stacking already over here.
Blue.
Love to see it over here, changing it up to +6, moving it along.
Yeah, this is
gonna be this is gonna be an ultra stack over here.
+14 to Emmy Slays for a total of 14 cards. Going to Emmy Slays, total of 17 in your hand. But has a 0, has 7s. This deck is going to be passed around, but needs to do so fairly quickly because Candy Apple's already down to 2 and has that discard all. I think you got to shift hands. You got to shift it now.
Yes, especially with the clock running over here as well.
Don't do it.
Oh,
don't
thinking about it.
Oh, so smart. Emmy Slays.
Oh my goodness.
They know what they're doing. If they play that discard all, pal, that's game over. And instead, we play the 7 out of the discard all to make sure
there goes the reverse.
we don't go down.
Reverse.
Sure. Reverse battle.
Right.
Nice top deck. Down to Uno. Somebody's got to be able to change hands here, though. And there it is.
Ooh. Another switch up. Emmy almost had it.
Yellow.
We got 113 on the clock over here.
Uno.
Okay. Yeah, gotta keep. I was gonna say there's only a.
Gotta keep it moving. Gotta keep it moving.
There's still a 7 on the table with Candy Apple here. Could potentially swap, and you. I don't know if you want to or not because you're the one on Uno, and so they're gonna actually hang on to that 7 and try to make it the last card in their hand, which means nothing will happen. As we go to red, now in trouble having to draw. And oh, geez. Now you have 2 7s. That's brutal. Like, I don't even know what you do with that.
Oh my goodness. But there's only 40 seconds over here on the clock. So we need to start making some plays over here.
Gotta get it to green.
There goes that reverse.
Huge discard all. Can get rid of all 3 of those cards if we can get to green. Or it reverses and we see maybe, me, Smiley Face's discard all go down. Now you got a red discard all. Now you got a yellow discard all. So many discard alls across the play. Everybody's going to burn theirs because it gets rid of a ton of cards here, pal.
There it is.
Here we go. Candy Apple will go down to 27 points.
Ooh, this no switch just yet.
Yeah, you're just trying to get rid of cards. 9 seconds. Emmy Slays might win this just based on time.
5 seconds. Yep, she's in first right now.
I think you can stall out here. You don't have to draw. Emmy Slays
She's burning the time.
wins the first round. Pal, I love to call those the filibuster win because you don't even have to play your card to win it all. Very well done from Emmy Slays. And Pal, I think you're right. These players, they've only gotten smarter and smarter.
I mean, we've been playing all year, but what I love to see is also a lot of our community members. They talk to one another. They are friends. They build friendships within the Discord. So if you're not on Discord, in our Discord, you should join up because it's always really fun to see everyone kind of learn from each other and also just cheer each other on. I see the chat also cheering their friends on. So that's really, really exciting. But congratulations to Emmy. I felt a little discouraged who got all those cards, but ended up with that win. So you never know.
Yeah, again, we're already at plus 10. We're going to see plus 14 going to James. I don't mind having a ton of cards in my hand. It allows me a lot of liberties to move cards around the way I want to. You're likely going to get those cards back at some point because you have more than 1-0 or 1-7. But a lot of minutia when it comes to zeros and sevens. A lot of cards being changed hands. We'll see how it goes this time around, though. Candy Apple knows those cards are not going to stay in their hands for long. We're sending that +4 wild out early.
Draw 4.
All right. Except a 7. There's a yellow 7 over there for me. Smiley face. Now, Emmy also has a 7. So does Candy Apple. And I'm sure James in there has a 7 as well. But there goes the switch.
Yeah, it's a nice switch early, but again, these hands are about to change a ton. James is want to get this hand out of their way as fast as possible, but gonna go ahead and burn the green. And as it gets reversed, that's exactly what James wanted. It says, oh, I don't even need to get rid of my hand. I'll just get rid of half my hand with a discard all. Classic Uno Mobile Esports right there. Discard alls go crazy, but job's not done.
Right. Burning some yellows over here along the way. Candy Apple making that switch already with me, smiley face. Emmy kind of thinking about switching, does do the switch over here.
Okay, slowly but surely getting down to fewer and fewer cards, and Emmy Slays on 4, Candy Apple on 3. Question is, how long will they hold on to those decks?
Ooh, and here we go. Candy Apple in first.
A red here is huge.
James in second.
A red here is huge.
50 seconds on the clock, Gojj.
Discard all is being played, going back to yellow. We've got a 0 and a 7. No, discard all across the board. James couldn't play. Discard all stays, and me, smiley face, just sneaks in there and grabs the victory. I'm looking at all the 0-7 plays. I'm looking down at the bottom, and me, smiley face says, yeah, no problem. We grabbed that victory.
Exactly what you were saying before. You got to kind of keep tabs on what everything is doing, especially as decks are moving around. You kind of have to remember, have a core memory of what people had, what people are discarding. But while that was happening, there she goes, getting and securing that win. Me, smiley face, congratulations.
Yeah, big victory. And I'm curious. I know some people voted in app. I would love to see in chat who you think is going to win it all here in Group B, okay? Because there's a lot of people to choose from. 2 people have wins thus far, but it's anybody's game. These 0-7 games go crazy. We'll see who you, if maybe you're winning your 500 coins. Because again, you can win 500 coins per overall match. So it's a total of 7 matches, 3,500 coins you can win if you're voting in app. But here we go. Okay, so me, smiley face, back to... Okay, never mind. Nope, Candy Apple's got those +4s.
Before you could even say anything, we're already switching decks.
I love it. No, that's exactly how things go around here. 2 +4 wilds on the side of Candy Apple, though, a huge boon, but me, smiley face, has a 0. So if they can play it, quickly those will become, well, theirs. And there it is, somebody else. Gonna go ahead and burn it. Back to me.
Blue.
All right, changing it up over here into blue. Me, smiley face, keeping it blue over here. Able to skip back to Candy Apple, back to me.
Oof.
Smiley face.
This is about to be tough, pal. This is a +12 to the side of Candy Apple. Nothing they can do about it. will probably change hands after the fact, though. This is where it's going to get real mixy really quick because me Smiley Face should go down to Uno at the end of this, but that hand is not going to stay in their hand very long.
No. And they did pick up a 7, so they are able to switch things around.
Uno.
Me, Smiley Face,
Red.
taking the opportunity over here to change things to red.
Draw 4.
James over here, drawing the 4.
All right, here we go.
And me over here, getting that stack red, discarding those cards. Here we go.
Wow, nobody
I love
changed.
the discard alls here coming through.
Nobody changed hands. There it is. After the fact, and now James Chu
Another
back to
okay,
Emmy. Now
we're moving.
the double 0 there from back to back means you've got the same 2 players on 2 cards. They just have each other's hands, so they know what each other have, and those cards have passed through everybody else. They should know what cards are on the table that need to be played. And I think we're gonna skip. We're gonna change colors. We're gonna move things around.
Uno.
But now me Smiley Face in the lead on Uno.
All right, discard all to
Draw
+2
4.
over here. Another +4 with 43 seconds on the
Uno.
clock.
Yep, nice
There
play.
goes that switch.
It's
We have Candy Apple in first right now.
It's a huge play because you go to Uno. You know what your opponent has. Me Smiley Face is the closest to winning here.
Ooh.
Uno.
The hands can still change, and you've just given away Uno. It's not over yet, but you've given away Uno because you decided to play the discard all. 20 seconds remaining.
Yes, 20
not a bad play.
seconds.
It's on blue. It changes to yellow. Anything can happen.
Oh.
It's going to come down to the draw. It draws a discard all. You can't play it. Me wins. Me Smiley Face wins because their last card was a
Wow.
discard all. Now, there was a lot that happened in that final sequence, but
Goodness.
I don't think Sandy knew that me had another discard all because that was drawn after they exchanged hands, and just crazy luck there, but also some skill. Huge win there. Me Smiley Face on
This
top.
round was all about the discards. You could see them just flying through this one match. And I mean, it was so unfortunate because Candy just had that locked in, but that just shows you that one drop can just change everything.
Yeah, definitely the case. Now we got several wilds across the board, but Emmy knows this hand will not be with her for very long, so we're gonna throw these wilds out early and very quickly. That should be +12, no, +14 to the side of James Chu.
Red.
Tough luck, my friend. Don't worry.
Draw
Won't be
card.
yours for very long. You got a lot of 0s and a lot of 7s in that hand.
Oh yeah, and that deck is going to be moving out a lot through here. So still lots of time on the board. Change it to blue here.
Draw 2.
Candy Apple going over here with the +2.
And this is where the discard alls
Ooh, loving that
flying.
discard all over here. Ooh,
Okay.
Emmy.
Already down to Uno. Gonna force some 0s and 7s out likely, or at the very least some wilds. They just hang out.
Red.
This 0 is gonna float, and then she will slam dunk it for the win. Again, if me Smiley Face wins this, the group is over. No luck on the top deck. There it is.
Ooh, there we go.
Skip.
Slowly but surely.
Right, Candy Apple.
Wow,
We've got
okay.
James over here.
And me, Smiley Face, elected to not play the +4 while they drew off the top of the deck. Not a bad play off the rip. Just kind of wanted to get a lay of the land. You know there's got to be some 0s and 7s out
Ooh.
there, though.
There is a 0. There is
Green.
quite a bit of 0s and 7s here by Emmy and
Draw
also
cards.
Candy.
All right. Job's not
Emmy.
done.
Uno.
Discard all.
Starting over here. Ooh, Candy discarding
Reverse.
as well, leaving her
Nice.
with a 0.
Reverse.
Plenty of time, but as you go to yellow, you've propped up Candy Apple. Candy is not going to play that 0 because it's their last card. They don't want to give away the best hand, but being that it's yellow, Emmy got skipped.
There it is.
Candy Apple grabs a victory out of nowhere and is going to shake up this
Wow.
competition. If we don't skip the player at the top there, if we don't skip Emmy Slays, pal, Emmy plays a 7. She had a yellow 7 in her hand, can swap hands with Candy Apple, and the game continues. Like, that's how minutia, like, that's how nitty-gritty we get when it comes down to 0-7s. These tiny little plays totally change the way the game would flow. And a huge win from Candy Apple means they're on the board,
Huge.
pal, joining the other winners. Job's not done, though. Only me, Smiley Face, on 2 wins.
That's right. Well, more opportunities here now that We have more
Red.
opportunities from playmates coming in. Let's get this game started. James still needs to get on the board here.
Blue.
I want to remind everybody at home, we've got some more giveaways right around the corner. Might be right after this group, by the way. So once this group finishes, get ready. Got some more giveaways coming right your way. And I saw a lot of people cheering and hoping that me, Smiley Face, wins. They want their 500 coins, but maybe they want their friend to win. We'll see. But
I think it's a little bit of both. I feel like everyone's cheering on their buddies, you know? It's really cool to see. I'd be cheering on my friends.
Red.
all right, going to red. Really only helping out me and Emmy.
Ooh, this
Draw
is the
card.
challenge.
It's
Gotta draw some cards here, Candy.
It's not a bad play to just try to draw extra cards this early in the match, though. You've got 2 minutes. You're gonna have 0s and 7s. You can play them unless you get skipped.
Yeah.
You can get rid of this hand. We'll see.
All right, some discard situations over here. Love to
Reverse.
see it.
Reverse.
Emmy already down to 2 cards, but there's quite a bit of 7s over here with Candy.
I think one of my favorite Uno sequences, just in general, like especially in Uno Mobile, is the as we see cards continue to swap now with the 7 Candy Apple in a good spot, is the like reverse into the reverse into the reverse. It's one of my favorite like Unoisms, if you can call it that.
Unoisms. I'm gonna put that one in my pocket. But here we see the switch-aroo over here. But also James has a 7. Decides to switch it as well.
Keep flowing.
We have a minute and 5 on the clock.
There's only 1 7 left, and it's in the player's hand who doesn't want to give it away. Gonna have to draw, can't play. Emmy Slate's in first. Again, we can see the points here, and Candy Apple's in second by 1 point.
Draw 2.
Ooh.
Nice draw.
Andy and Emmy here. First and second.
Green.
We got 40 seconds on the clock here. Oh.
Okay, green's across the board. No, it's gonna go to blue. That's huge to keep James out of contention. James could have played the discard all, but can't. 30 seconds and counting.
All right, back to red.
Last blue for
Which
James.
is a 3.
And
uses that
it's a nice draw.
discard. Okay.
Candy Apple should take the lead here. 15 points in total,
Oh, that
but
reverse.
this is going to
Okay.
be crucial. This is going to be crucial. Able to draw
Over
reverse
10
back.
seconds.
Reverse.
Able to draw a reverse back. Reverse
Another
is back,
reverse.
but Candy can play on that.
Goodness. 4 seconds.
It's going to go to 6. Burns the timeout. Doesn't even
Indiana's
matter.
not first though.
Doesn't matter. Candy Apple grabs the victory. Congratulations, Candy Apple grabs another one. Back-to-back wins. Goes from nothing on the board to write home about to now potentially in first place going into this next round. If me, Smiley Face, or Candy Apple wins this next round, they win the group and both will be moving on. Kind of a similar situation we saw in Group A with Romeo and Maria. So we'll see who wins it this time around. Can Candy Apple grab 3 wins in a row, pal? That's my question.
We'll see. We'll see. Never say never. So I can't wait to see this matchup right here because, kind of, when you got your back against the wall, you never know. I feel like James, can come out and dark horse this situation. We see Emmy already has that one play. So if she can secure that for herself, I mean, you just never know.
All right, here we go. +4s across the board. A ton of +4 wilds on the side of me, Smiley Face, and James. Quickly making some of the other players draw cards, which just means they're going to draw 0s and they're going to draw 7s.
Ooh, all right. Switching things early here. Got our +2. We're starting to stack up.
Blue.
Oh, yeah. Back to blue. Candy Apple with that +8 is going to definitely come in and
Red.
stack it up.
Draw cards.
Ooh,
Ton of
+12.
cards.
All right. Emmy's collected quite a bit of cards. It's okay, though. There's still a lot of time on the clock here.
Yeah, and again,
Back to blue.
Emmy is not going to hold on to this hand for very long.
Red.
No.
I don't know.
But Candy Apple, though.
Is there a
2
wild?
cards.
Oh, no.
Oh, misses the challenge.
Emmy has so many cards, I can't even count them. That might be the most I've ever seen. That is wild.
Oh no. Okay, but look, Candy Apple with that 7
Uno.
Yeah.
Down to Uno. Oh,
Here's the deck. I mean, have half the deck.
Oh no! Candy Apple takes the deck, but there is a 7, so
Take it right back.
around.
Take it right back. This is gonna keep
Yes.
happening. Everybody's gonna pass around this last 7 back and forth, back and
man.
forth. Can somebody else get their hands on it, or are we gonna let Emmy win it all?
Wait, me, Smiley Face just picked up a 7. Is gonna switch it up right here. There's a discard all that's about to happen.
Or you could play 0 here.
Burning the clock.
Can't-
We're burning the clock over here. 56 seconds.
Oh wow, Candy Apple in all of those cards doesn't have a 0. Discard all into discard all into discard all. A ton of cards
Oh my
being played.
goodness.
Me Smiley Face can't play, but okay-ish draw, not a ton of points. Candy Apple going from 1,000 cards to now only 7 or 8. But no, out of nowhere,
Oh, Emmys!
this is what
She
happens.
took that first place. Oh my goodness. I called it. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen, and secures that win for herself.
Wow, this is what happens
Woo.
when discard alls are on the board. When people start spamming discard alls out, everybody else can start playing theirs. They don't have to worry about color, and Emmy Slays grabs a victory there in the final moments of that round. Now, Pal, that does take 3 players up to 2 wins. So it is going to come down to a tiebreaker. And again, top 2 players move on. As you look down at your scoreboard, bottom of our screen here, Candy Apple is safe going to the finals unless James Chu potentially does something crazy. Or even if James Chu does, Candy Apple is going to the finals, or semifinals rather. The question is who is joining them. And right now, me Smiley Face is in the lead over Emmy, which means either one of them needs to win here, because neither of them are going to be moving on if the other wins, if that makes sense. A lot of words. All that matters is grab that final victory.
Yes. Ooh, there goes that 7 switch. Keeping it blue, using that discard all. Emmy's also going to take the opportunity to discard all.
Blue.
Ooh, switching it back to blue.
With
Draw
Candy's
4.
last card is going to be that 0, so you don't want to play the 0, because then you're giving a wild card Uno to somebody. Not going to matter though. Candy's going to have to draw here. Game is still on. The game is afoot, as they say. Okay.
Right.
Oof. This is about to be
2.
it's about to be a +8 again to Candy Apple in a great spot no longer.
Yellow.
And now Emmy on Uno, James Chu right behind. If
Draw
Emmy
card.
wins this, back-to-back victories could put Emmy at the
Did pick
top.
up a 7. Did pick up a 7 though.
It's true.
Blue.
Yeah, I think it's gonna matter.
Uno.
Emmy's gonna have to draw
Oh,
here.
James. Okay,
Yellow.
here with that Uno.
So James goes
Oh,
to Uno.
Draw 4.
Emmy draws. Candy might change change
Wait.
hands to James,
There is an
Uno.
opportunity here, and
Yeah.
will do so.
but that means me can steal it right back. It's a
Uno.
7-on-7.
That's right.
Golly.
James knows what color that is
Uno.
too.
It takes
He's gonna
it.
take the opportunity to switch it back.
Incredible. 7-7 C
James,
my
this is
0.
your moment, James.
James
Come on.
James has to win 3 in a row to make the semifinals. Can James
okay.
do it?
Reverse.
I mean, he's in first still. 39 seconds on the clock, everybody.
Potentially could go to yellow. No, it's going to keep it red. Reverse into a reverse back into yellow. Opens an opportunity for James to win. James is going to win. James is going to grab his
Oh my
first
goodness,
victory.
James. It's James's moment. He did it.
Group
He did it.
Group
he did it.
B might go the distance. 3 players on 2 wins and James on 1 win. James, though, gonna have to win back-to-back victories, take 3 wins in order to move to the semifinals, or at the very least win this next game so bad, so well, just dominate. Everybody else has to have a ton of cards in their hands that he will have the top score potentially after 2. Who knows? Only time will
He
tell.
will have to play the best Uno of his life. Okay?
Oh, here we go.
And I want to see it. I want to see it so bad. And I know the chat wants to see it too.
card.
I am rooting for James. Come on, James.
I don't know.
Big brain plays, buddy.
I think the chat's rooting for me, Smiley Face, but a reverse sweep here could go crazy. Certainly it would be one for the history books. And a really good score. Look at the score here on the bottom right really quick for James. 113 after 1.
Yellow.
All he needs is a pretty decent score out of 2. Could potentially put himself in a position to have a
Draw
chance.
card.
We'll see, but
All right, picked up some cards.
Okay.
Was not able to pick up a
We're fine.
7. Yep, has a discard all though with that yellow. We can see some discard alls here being
Yellow.
kind of the plays of the match.
Draw cards.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
A lot of cards for James. Not
Reverse.
necessarily a bad thing this early. Late game, definitely a problem. Early, though, and move that hand around, give it to somebody else, or just get a bunch of discard alls. Look at that.
Yep.
Has a discard all for green, has a discard all for,
Yep.
all for blue as well. I mean, this is an opportunity to go big. And I think it's worth noting, too. There it is. It's going to quickly change hands, and people are going to be moving this deck around. You don't.
Oh,
it's
man.
almost like hot potato. 0-7 is like a game of hot potato. You don't want to be holding the potato. It's too hot. The potato is
Too hot.
The potato is the big hand. Get rid of
It's
it.
caliente. Muy caliente.
Here we go. A couple more
All right,
discard
got
alls.
some
but
red. I mean, he's moving these cards around.
slowly but surely dwindling.
Nobody has a 7 though.
Anybody else wins, this
Blue.
game is done. This match is done.
Blue. Okay. Okay.
I
Red.
don't spy.
The red.
I don't spy any 0s and 7s. We are in traditional, good old Uno Mobile right now. And as we,
Unless someone picks one up. I mean,
here we go. Yellow's gonna creep across the board. James on 2, looking pretty solid. Just can't get out of this blue territory.
ooh. Oh man, the clock though,
Reverse.
55 seconds. Going with that reverse red.
A nice
That
stack
plus
goes to
2.
blue.
Oh.
+4
Oh my
and on
goodness.
6 points. James could do it. James could win again and
Reverse.
still have a
Oh.
chance. Reversed
Oh, they
away.
reversed it. They reversed it.
Gonna just have to
But
play.
Emmy has a blue 7, is going to switch the deck right here.
It's a great call out. I was so
Oh
focused
my
on
goodness.
James.
Oh my goodness.
Emmy goes to Uno.
27 seconds.
Gets changed. That's huge. Changed again. Red. Still in it. James, you got to play cards. You can't wait.
Yeah.
20 seconds remaining.
Man,
Skipped.
17 seconds.
Emmy has a action card. James goes potentially all the way to first place here if Candy has to draw. Candy draws a 0.
Candy's in first. 8
Unbelievable.
seconds.
But has to draw
Oh,
again.
the reverse.
The reverse for Candy. Has to draw again. I don't think there's enough time to
Reverse.
filibuster. Draws an action card.
goodness.
James is going to win it. James is going to win it. The final seconds. James
My
wins it
goodness.
all.
I have chills. I have chills. This could be history right here. I don't want to cast or curse it. Actually, I don't know. I don't know.
Every
This is crazy. This
player.
is crazy.
Every player on 2 wins. We have gone the distance. We can't go any further. This next game will determine who is making the semifinals. James wins. It really does the impossible. Everybody else had 2 wins. James had 0. He said bet.
James.
Back-to-back victories. Everyone on 2. And a
Reverse.
crazy point sequence to get there, pal. We can't talk about
I
it.
can't imagine the nerves right now that's going on in James's
Red.
body right now, because that was just coming down to just making sure that nobody can switch that deck around, and he
Yellow.
had the lowest cards right there in his
Draw a
favor.
card.
And I'm glad to see it, because now everybody's got all 2 points on the deck. This is the game right here that's going to determine everything.
Okay, so quick aside, because we're running out of time already. Candy Apple goes to the semifinals. Period. End of sentence.
Yes.
Anybody else wins, then they go, of course, and Candy goes with them. Except,
Green.
of course, if Candy wins, then James goes. Those are the sequences. Those are the possibilities. Getting into the gameplay, there is only
Draw a
1-7
card.
and 1-0 on the
Wow.
board, and me has to draw a lot.
Okay, we got this, guys. We got
Red.
this.
Red.
Calm and collected.
I don't know about calm. Sure.
In my mind, like, this is esports, baby. This is like the best of the best over here.
Oh, wow.
+4,
+6.
+6.
Uno.
All right.
Plus
Candy
8.
Apple over here utilizing
Draw a
that
card.
+8 to Uno. James picking up
Wait.
10 cards. Oh my
Candy
goodness.
might win. Can't draw off the top deck. Nobody can change the color. +8 into a 0. Candy Apple wins it all, which means James Chu. We'll see you in the semifinals, my friend. Candy Apple and James out of nowhere making the semis. James said, if I don't win, I need Candy Apple to win. And that's exactly what happened. Candy Apple wins in the most dynamic of fashions. No one can change the color. Walks to the victory line playing a 0
love it.
to end it all. What a sequence. What a group. Wow. It felt like the grand finals. We're just in Group B.
I know. But you know what I loved about that is, even though he didn't have any points on the board. That did not discourage to just keep going the distance. And you just gotta say, you know, you don't ever put the underdog. Baby doesn't go in the corner. You know, you fight till the end. And I absolutely love to see it. Congratulations, James. That was so well played.
Let's take a look back at the replays from Group B, because certainly was a dynamic one. I can't believe it. But let's look back, because it really was kind of me, smiley face, and Emmy kind of came up as well.
They were cruising.
They dominated the beginning of this competition, but then the last couple rounds, I kind of forgot about it because James was the subject of conversation. Here we go. Couple discard all victories at the end of the day, but 0-7's really made people think, play strategically, remember cards. Some of these final moments, though, of some nice draws, but this set up me, smiley face, for one of their wins. Whew, this was crazy.
It was so great. But you see here, you know, everyone kind of just had the eye on the prize, making such great plays, such great reverses. We saw a lot of stack possibility, a lot of discard all movement in each game. I mean, everyone here was on their A game, did not let anything go unnoticed. Such switch arounds between decks. Also, you know, we've been saying this, when you do have those opportunities to switch, you gotta kind of have this cerebral mental note that you gotta keep an eye on everyone's deck now, because everyone now knows what hand you have.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Discard all is, though, the name of the game throughout this entirety of this group, to be honest with you. Great plays across the board, but here's James' victory to get him into the mix, and then he's able to secure a second one, and Candy Apple went crazy. Here's that final round. Candy Apple here with that 0 has the opportunity to close it out
So
in
good.
dynamic fashion. Would love to look back at those scores. Let's take a look at it. Candy Apple, one of the strongest score lines I've ever seen in Uno Mobile Esports. 701 points. Didn't matter what his scores was. Could have had 5 points and still had 3 victories. That's all that matters for Candy Apple. But what matters is those scores down the right-hand side. Yes. James Chu on 2, me, Smiley Face on 2, and Emmy Slays on 2. James goes to the semifinals by 5 points. And only, what is that? 17 points over Emmy Slays. Like, look how close these margins were.
Close.
The closest group I've ever seen. Candy Apple, James Chu moving on, and it's going to be James Chu up with Maria in the semifinals A, and Candy Apple down in semifinals B. Wow.
I mean, if you don't know what, you know, Uno Esports is, now you know, because that was a perfect, you know, description of what it could be, the excitement, the possibilities. And yes, we've all been familiar. We've been playing since kids, but these people play like it's a business, like it's like their life, because the finals are coming up next month and everyone wants to be part of that. So it's super, super exciting. Not only, I'm sure, the decompression, the adrenaline that's going through everyone right now, but you know, you got to give it up to everyone. Everyone played amazing. It was so close.
And we got a lot more Uno Mobile to get through. We're going to go to Group C with Houdini, the Great, Bill. We've got Techie, we got Lane Boy, and none of these players I don't think have ever been here before. So a bunch of new faces, an opportunity to make a name for themselves in Uno Mobile Esports, of course, as we get into what will be, you're right, the last kind of monthly final here, and then the annual final next month, end of next month. Got to stay tuned for that. But we got some exciting stuff to talk about here, pal, because I had told people at home that we were going to mention some of the winners of our giveaway. It's time to show our first 2 winners. Now, I told you guys to spam IDs. Don't do it yet. I'll tell you when that's an opportunity, but we're going to show the winners of the first time you spammed. We have 2 winners for the first time through, and shout out to Brookie and Doom1515. If you see your IDs, you see your name.
Yay.
You don't have to go anywhere. You have officially won the fruit salad card effects. Congratulations. They're going to be sent out to you, so just stay tuned to that in-game mail. You don't have to do much. I think you're going to get some messages about filling out the form and everything in between, so just stay tuned to your mail. We'll get those handed over to you as soon as possible. Congratulations, because those fruit salad card effects, very, very cool. But we're headed into Group C here, pal, and we'll have a chance for other people to win some more of those packs, effects, card decks, and emojis. That's all down the line, so stay tuned. Be ready for that. Here at the end of our group stages certainly will be a time for you to get some more giveaway codes as well. But into Group C, just getting started. Nobody has a victory yet, and we've got a couple 7s on the board.
Yes, new group. You know, they are coming fresh from, you know, watching the previous group go through. So we'll see if, in fact, if anyone's learned anything. Got some 7s over here. All right, already making that switch.
Blue.
Moving it to blue here.
And this is par for the course, where everybody's kind of getting a lay of the land, a feel for the game here, using their 0s and their 7s early.
Yep. There we see it again.
And huge discard all.
Love them discard.
Now, this is
love it.
This is usually when people start waking up. Techie goes down to 2 cards, and you go, okay, hold on, let's lock it in. Couple reverse.
Let me sit up a little bit here.
Couple reverses, couple skips, and all of a sudden we're down to Uno potentially. But a nice draw 2. Techie's still in a decent position with some discard alls to play around with.
Up.
Continuing to spam out +2s.
Okay. Change it back to green here. All right, we got 57 seconds on the clock. We're switching decks. Keeping it green.
Reverse.
One of my favorite sequences, my Unoism as we call it. But quickly, 2 players down to 2 cards, 3 players down to 2 cards, and no 0s or 7s. So play your hand and play it well. Got to get doesn't go to red, but goes to a 2. Techie STL grabs the first victory of Group C. Congratulations, Techie. That was a nice, clean win. That was one of the cleanest kind of victories, kind of just par for the course. No crazy wild plays at the end, no 0-7s. Everybody got their 0s and 7s out early, played the hand they were dealt, and a nice sequence there. A 2 was played, not the color you wanted, but the number you wanted. So congratulations.
Yes. I'm excited to see if, in fact, we're going to get either the same kind of plays or just something very clean cut, just going in straight into just get everybody on the board to secures their space for the semifinals. But you just never know in these first couple of rounds.
You never know. Here we go.
Never know.
Only a couple wilds. We're going to go ahead and burn those early. Again, a lot of people like to do that. Oh, no wonder we only have a couple wilds. We're already at +12. Make it +16 to the side of Techie. They say, Techie, no, you're not winning again. We're not going to allow it. But sometimes you want the most cards, especially 0s and 7s. It can get a little crazy. We'll see.
I mean, Houdini does have a 7 and a 0 over there, holding on to those.
Couple discard alls can be played. No, not going to burn the discard all from Lane Boy. Instead, likes to play out of it. Here comes a couple big discard alls, and Lane Boy not
another reverse
going
opportunity.
to play.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Going to get into a skip as well.
Skip.
Oh man, they're just skipping
Houdini.
Houdini.
No.
Lane on Uno out of nowhere.
Okay. There goes the switch, but gave it to Builda. Now Builda with that 7.
Yeah, Builda is in an interesting spot here because he's going to go to Uno, but 7's the last card. So again, if you don't, if the 7's your last card, it won't change hands. Obviously, you go to 0 cards, you win. But so it's one thing you want to do sometimes is hold on to it. We'll see. Goes to red. Houdini can't play. Builda can't play. What can you draw? Nothing good. Skip. Houdini having to draw again.
Skip.
Okay, what color do you go here?
Houdini. Oh man, going for green.
I like it because you did change hands. You know what Builda has. Houdini originally had that hand. Is it discard all? Either of these 2 players can play, but a huge top deck means that Laneboy's not going to be able to play that discard all. Well, he's going to be able to anyways, at least the blue one. And Laneboy again is electing to not play discard alls. Laneboy is not risking it, thinking that some of these players have a discard all, and well, they drew it up the top deck.
Reverse.
All right, we're keeping it blue here. 43 seconds on the clock.
Back and forth. Laneboy cannot get out of these yellows and reds. And it was a 6.
And there
it was a
Houdini
6.
securing the win. I mean, I was just waiting to see if, in fact, any switching was going to happen, but there wasn't enough cards to do that. So that was a very patient play there by Houdini.
Houdini, yet again, blowing all expectations out of the water, able to have a couple tricks up their sleeve and a ton of more puns I'm going to be thinking of from the Magic side of things, so get ready. But a massive victory from Houdini puts them up on the board as well. Now, chat, I have to ask you this question again. Who did you vote for in app? If you voted for the right person, I don't know if anybody was voting for Candy Apple last time. You won 500 coins in app. You can go down to that live TV and click that button. It's got the question mark on a card when it pops up to see who you think is going to win it all. Those 500 coins, by the way, if you get it right, will appear in your inventory in Uno Mobile 24 hours from the game. So tomorrow, about the same time, you'll see those coins. If you got it right, get a chance to win 500 coins every single match we see. Okay, so every single group, semifinals and finals. But into it quickly. Techie again with the most cards on the table.
Yeah, missed that challenge, but here we go with those reverses back and forth over here, and that +2 coming through. Ooh, here we go with the stacking. And that reverse coming through back to Techie, and another reverse back to Lane Boy. Ooh, that discard all from Houdini. Builda gonna take the opportunity to change things to green.
Okay, wow, goes for the challenge there. I don't mind it. Techie, so many cards to work with.
So many cards.
But so many cards equals so many options, pal. Quick.
Oh man, but look at Houdini over here. Ready to move things along and possibly secure a win over here, but doesn't do so because Builda changes things around. Takes that deck from his hands.
Builda's gonna win it all. The discard all. Sometimes you're like, yeah, great. I got some luck on the top deck. Sometimes, Houdini, you're not getting out of those chains. Not yet. Builda grabs the victory right underneath your nose. Just a little bit faster with that sleight of hand. Congratulations, Builda, on the board as well. I think we've got, 3 different winners in 3 different games. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, we're moving things along. I feel like everyone's now kind of warmed up to the idea that things can just change in a millisecond if you're not paying attention, whether it's a discard all or your hand gets completely changed on you. So we need to see some movement here. Beginning of the game, we got +8. Lane Boy picking up quite a bit of cards here.
All right, so you're going to see, Builda's going to have to draw, unfortunately. Could go for the challenge, but probably not the right idea. Houdini, though, has a 7 in their hand. And
so does Builda. Builda has also a 7 and a 0.
That's right. Can't play when you get skipped, though.
Red.
Back to red.
Blue.
Lane Boy has a really interesting strategy. We haven't seen that often in Uno Mobile Esports. Not playing discard alls aggressively. Had an opportunity to play it now several times. This is another one, of course, he's had to draw. So of course you wanna play down that +2, but it's had several times to play the discard all to get rid of a ton of cards, and instead says I'm gonna play the individual cards out of it. I don't want to give somebody a chance to win, especially if they're lower cards with that discard all. We've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's your only option. So there's quick follow-up, but here, no, not changing hands. Builda believes in his hand. He's gonna wait on it.
But Houdini also has a 0 and a 7. So if any switching does go around, I mean, it is risky at this moment.
Here we go. Slowly but surely, Lane Boy down to almost only greens. Houdini's going to have to play this +4 wild, which at this point you almost want to. This is the problem. You set yourself up to get rid of a card and you have to. Lane Boy draws almost only greens, but Houdini, it doesn't get changed. It does get changed. Would have had to give it away an Uno.
A reverse here.
Wow, another 0. Oh, look at Lane Boy. If it gets all the way around,
oh my goodness, Houdini,
if it gets all the way around, Lane Boy with a massive discard all victory. The biggest one we've seen today. I believe that beats out our 6 discard all victory from me, Smiley Face, or I think it was 7 cards there from Lane Boy.
That was a
playing
massive
it
discard all.
Tried to get down to just one color, a little bit of luck on the side, but then got to a point where it's like, okay, I can change it here, get to green, and if I do, I think I can win it all. No one was able to change it. Very, very well done. Congratulations, Lane Boy. And I think officially now, by the way, pal, every player has a win.
Well, you know what I love to see is the fact that while we were focused on 0s and 7s, here comes Lane Boy completely discarding everything and just taking that win right underneath all our noses. So I absolutely love to see gameplays like that with card, and especially discard all. It's just, it's one of those fun situations that you get to see, and it just changes the whole dynamic of the gameplay.
All right, every player has a win, albeit Houdini's was the strongest. We might be here for the long haul. These groups are going the distance. This is crazy. Nobody on 2 wins yet. We're not even on a match point yet. Somebody's got to get there, though, this round. and quickly build a...
Draw 4.
I mean, we got some serious Uno players here. Everybody definitely understands the meta quite well. They're very understanding with our new rule coming through. I mean, it's just all about, you know, cerebral, keeping tabs on what everyone is doing. And that can really, in fact, change the course of your destiny here. Unfortunately, misses the challenge, picks up +6 over here for Lane Boy.
Yeah, I don't know. Lane Boy's strategy might actually just be to let's get a ton of cards. Gonna make sure a couple other people draw, though. That's 6 to Builda. And utilize...
Did pick up a 7, though.
It's true.
In that.
Could get rid of that hand or just discard out that 7. And again, Lane Boy is trying to get down. Lane Boy is trying to not only stack here, but also get down to one specific color. He wants to get down to blue or yellow, and only blue or yellow. Wants to win when he doesn't look like a threat. Lane Boy playing a very patient Uno Mobile playstyle. And he's not at risk of getting his hand traded because he has a ton of cards.
There's that switch. So Techie and Houdini very clear on what their decks are over here. There goes that reverse.
Probably frustrated about that one. They're gonna
Nah, they decided to switch decks back.
Yeah, everybody wants that deck with 3 cards.
Oh,
and
no, Builder decided to take that one back.
Everyone's got it.
Draw 2.
Yeah, except for Lane Boy.
Skip.
Does have that discard situation. Get skipped, though. Techie in first right now. 39 seconds on the clock.
Time running thin, but a discard all is exactly what Lane Boy wants. Gonna get rid of his blues, gonna hang on to the yellows. Discard all, discard all, discard all. Goes yellow and reversed.
Oh, the reverse.
Lane Boy goes to Uno here because Techie can't play. Lane Boy burns a little bit of time and says, gotcha, down to Uno.
There's no switch situation
20
over
seconds.
here except that 0.
Discard all again, and it goes green. Lane Boy's strategy yet again pays off. This is some nice patient playstyle. Lane Boy wins again, grabs his second victory, now on match point and a chance to go to the semifinals. Huge victory, especially with where he was at in the points. Not some really strong wins. Puts himself in a really good position to make the semis.
Yeah, I absolutely love the strategy of just continuing with 2 colors over here and let everybody else fight for each other's deck while I just collect all the discard all possibilities. So great strategy there by Lane Boy. But here we go. A new game, new strategies here, just depending on what everybody picks up. We can see here, I see 1-0 here from Lane Boy.
Yellow.
Possibly some more pickups. Lots of +4s here.
You can see that, again, Lane Boy's wins have not been very strong, but they're wins nonetheless. It doesn't really matter how strong they are. If you get 3 wins, you're moving on. And I think that's what Lane's strategy is. Now,
green.
Yeah.
Going to be fishing here for potentially a discard all that's a red, maybe. And stack here. And the stack will actually go all the way to Builda. I believe a total of 12. Huge draw for Builda is going to be up to a ton of cards.
So I love here, it's almost like everyone's kind of thinking about what they're going to do, and they're also burning the time on to draw whatever card they want. We see a +12, but there is definitely a possibility that you picked up a 0, and they did. Builda did pick up a 0 over there. We also have Lane Boy with the 0. So there could be some switching here, but we're going to see the discard alls first.
All right, discard all into discard all means Builda's right back into it, but you know he doesn't have red and he doesn't have blue. Blues, of course, staying on the board, and, well, a wild certainly helps.
Blue.
Techie moving that back to blue here.
Yeah, Lane's going to say...
Has to switch it up over here.
Lane says, I don't have a discard all. I want to go down to one of the fewest cards.
Techie has a 0 now.
Yeah, Techie could potentially swing it back, and that's why they like to go yellow, too. They want to swing it back. There's a 7 on the side of Houdini as well. Do you swing it now?
Oh, there it is.
You do. Nice. Go to 2 cards. Big opportunity.
All right. What is Builda going to do? They had that they had that 7.
Yeah, Lane.
Techie in first.
Lane Boy again is fishing for greens.
Builda in first.
Lane Boy wants a green discard all if he can get it. He's sitting pretty. But now he's going to have to burn some of those greens because it's on green. Builda on reds. Techie's still looking for a discard all. Any discard all will do. Get him close.
Oh, 37 seconds on the clock over here.
Wow, Laneboy dwindles
Laneboy
it.
over here with the green.
Laneboy dwindles it all the way down, but now Techie's on
Ooh.
Uno. However, it's an action card.
Ooh.
That's 20 points. Laneboy has to play this to get down to few points. Laneboy's in first points-wise, 20 seconds and counting. And a 7
there goes
switch.
the switch.
Switches to the player with Uno, not knowing it's an action card.
15 seconds.
They're not taking Laneboy's hand. Laneboy doesn't have Uno. They think the best card on the table is the Uno. Of course you do. It's Uno, but it's an action
my
card.
Goodness.
Laneboy's gonna win it all because no one's looking at Laneboy yet again. Plays the bluff perfectly. Laneboy
So
wins
good.
the last round with the patient plays and saying, no, not me. I'm not the threat. Don't take my cards. I have 2. They have 1. But you didn't know.
Well played.
They didn't have an action card, which means they have less points. Congratulations to Laneboy. Moving on to the semifinals. Just closed out Group C and said, nah, we're done. We're done here. Let's move on. I'm not taking any risks. Big congratulations from Laneboy.
Great plays right there. I love the fact that while everyone was fighting to move this action card away from them, he was just sitting pretty and just hoping that, no one would switch his card. So he's able to secure that win. But I mean, the common collected sometimes can win, or maybe while everyone is moving decks around, maybe you find your own kind of strategy. And I love that Laneboy did that for himself.
All right. Look at these
You can see the
replays.
2 colors here over here. He had red and yellows. Just kept it to 2-tone colors. Figured out, you know what? Let everyone switch it around. I'm going to collect those discard cards and get rid of my cards as soon as possible when the opportunity is right.
Yeah, this was a crazy sequence because everybody was able to grab a win at the very beginning. But here's Laneboy's strategy. That's exactly what you're talking about. Hold on to one color in particular, specifically if you can grab that discard all to grab a massive victory. I think that was actually 8. That is definitely one of the biggest discard alls I've ever seen, just in general, especially with Uno Mobile Esports in our monthly finals.
I don't think I've ever seen that big of a discard all ever.
Yeah, for a win. Yeah, exactly right. That was
For a
wild.
win, yeah.
But here's that final moment right here, and this is what we were talking about before. Everybody wanted the Uno because they wanted the one card. They wanted to win. The problem was it comes down to points if you can't get rid of the card. And Laneboy had fewer points. Ended up getting to Uno anyways, but even if he didn't, had 7 points between 2 cards, which of course beats a 1-card action card worth 20 points. And here's the victory. Laneboy wins it all. Doesn't even matter what the scores are for him, but yet again, Pow.
A 5-point difference over here. I don't know, man. My heart hurts for Builda because that is just way too close to stomach. Not able to secure that, win to move forward. But that just shows you that, even within such a close situation, that could happen. Every point does matter. What cards you move forward, what you discard all, what you hold on to makes a huge difference.
Let's take a look at the bracket. They say stay in your lane, boy. And, well, Lane Boy's headed up to semifinals A with James Chu and Maria. Down in semifinals B, it's going to be Houdini, Romeo, and Candy Apple. Pow, I'm excited because we only have one more group to go. And we've got a returning player here with some newbies.
Yes.
A chance to prove themselves, this time in solos instead of duos.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if, in fact, how the mentality going into something that you've already competed in, but now it's all on your own. It's not you and your duo player. It's all up to you. So we're going to see if, in fact, if they can carry forward with not only, their ability to play, but the ability to win on their own.
Well, I'm excited to say for the folks at home, I know you've been asking, there's a giveaway coming soon. Here's our little graphic to show you and remind you. If you're not listening to my voice, maybe you got it muted for a second. Look right here, this side. Giveaway coming soon. I found it eventually. Giveaway coming soon right after this group stage, okay? So right after here at Group D, we're going to have another giveaway code for you. So stay tuned for that. And I believe we also have an opportunity for you to type your IDs in chat again and win some more of our amazing effects, emojis, or themes. So get ready for that. I'm excited to give away more things for you all just for being here in the broadcast. The group stages have been long. They've been great. Some amazing competition.
Amazing.
The big question in my mind is what happens here in Group D, because, well, anything can happen. It's Uno Mobile. Somebody could win 3 up, 3 down and have no opportunity for anybody else to even try to make a chance to win any games, but we could go the distance yet again, pal.
I want everyone to go the distance. I love that we had so much of a disruption of what could possibly happen, major upsets, such close calls. But you know what? Now it's time to see who in fact has what it takes to really secure their spot here, to move forward to the finals. You know, everyone here are winners, but you know, I'm excited to see if this group has learned anything. Have they learned anything from the last plays? Have they been taking notes like the other group has? Will they be playing the same? I mean, it just seems like it's anyone's game right now. I always like to see how the first match goes. You know, you can tell a lot by how people play.
That's a great breakdown. I
I
totally agree. There's a lot to learn, a lot to prepare for. We're into the first game. If you haven't already, if you're watching this in-app, again, in-app, it's that little red TV is order to tune into the live stream. There's a question mark on a card that pops up. Click that, there's a chance to vote. It'll pop up in front of you, and you get to pick who you think is going to win this group stage. And if you get it right, 500 coins, all right? So make sure you do that to win some extra coins along the way. But the zeros are flying. We're on Uno, and look who it is. Well, not anymore. It's Phoenix now at the top in Uno, but a ton more sevens as well.
I think the switch.
I think this zero is going to fly everywhere.
Oh, that was so disrespectful, but it's going to switch
Keep going.
again.
Keep it going. Can I get another 7? Can I get another one? Yes, I can.
Oh, you're going to get another 7. Look at all these zeros and opportunities with 1:26 on the clock. I mean, I would just be laughing at this point.
Yellow!
Getting everyone.
Jaja!
But it's Jaja.
The yellows.
Jaja. Jaja said enough. Enough switching here. I'm just going to take this win.
Here's the thing, right? This zero passes to every single player's hand. Everybody knows what card it is. Everybody knows what color it is. And unfortunately, if you can't do anything about it, you can't do anything about it. But you can take a play maybe out of Maria's book and just say, well, at the very least, maybe I could just draw a card off the top of the deck, even if I can play something, and see if maybe I can draw a wild or a skip or something to try to change it. But unfortunately, no. It elects to play the card, and as such, Jaja grabs the first victory of Group D.
Yeah, I feel like Jaja learned some things from the last games coming through here. And I mean, there was a lot of zeros on this table. So, I mean, it is kind of unnerving when things are switching around and you do kind of have to keep tabs on everything. But everyone did do a great job. But you see Jaja just, you know, calm and collected here, just moving the things along, keeping an eye on the opportunity to switch things around with color.
Skip.
And it's just that opportunity when you have it, and you got to take it if it's there.
Again, Latonia did play in our Duos Invitational, which is an application-based process, got selected. I think ended up tying for 5th overall. So certainly trying to better that. Would love to be top 4, which would be the grand finals of today. A chance to make the finals, the annual final at the end of the year here, end of next month. But now Latonia's in trouble. Plus 12.
Reverse.
You cast or cursed her.
Yeah, my fault.
You know, like, let's just vibe it out here. But she did pick up a lot of cards, so there could be a lot of opportunities here to switch it up or discard all. She is a legend. She knows what she's doing.
Blue.
Moving things along with blue. Lily over here with an opportunity to reverse it back over here.
Yeah, Phoenix is not going to play that blue zero because Phoenix has one of the better hands, which I respect that play. I think drawing sometimes is always a good thing, even if you can play. But likely a discard all coming out. No, a +2 coming out instead. Phoenix no longer in the lead, but Jaja not a lot to play with.
Ooh, and there you see it, that discard all, taking that opportunity.
Reverse.
Nice.
There goes that reverse.
Oh, that's huge.
Over here with another reverse here. Jaja here with an Uno has the 0.
And it goes to green. It's going to have to be a +4 wild, so unfortunately Jaja won't win. But that was a massive color sequence to allow Jaja to play what they had. Don't mind a good challenge there, but unfortunately that means you're drawing 6 cards instead of 4.
But it has a 0 and a 7, though.
That's right.
With 48 seconds on the clock.
Phoenix back on top. Somebody's got to do something about it. No, place the 4. Oh. That's exactly what Phoenix needs and throws the egg.
Wow.
Latonia not happy about it. Phoenix on top. Jaja and Phoenix, your 2 winners thus far. Neither have 2 yet. 2 different winners in 2 games, but a strong win there. I think that point total will look pretty good.
I mean, there you see it, you know, just when we thought, you know, Jaja could have had that secured and then, you know, just a missed opportunity, has to pick up cards and then someone takes advantage of the situation. So you just never know. But here we go. We're already moving things along and switching decks. We just barely started the game.
Gotta say, still love the space collection. Every time it's on screen, it's so cool.
It is probably one of the cool. I feel like they just keep getting better and better and better. So you don't want to miss any of the shows because we could be revealing such cool things for you, for all you Uno fans.
Of course, that space collection, gotta earn that in game, and make sure you go finish yours up if you haven't yet. And of course, that Spooky Stroll. The reason I'm wearing this pumpkin hat, Pal's wearing her ears. Spooky Stroll right around the corner as well. You can get a chance to use that to earn some rewards. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But here come the discard alls, as per the usual. One begets another and begets another, likely. Lily in a pretty good spot here with several wilds, but you know that means the hand is going to change and somebody's going to take it from you. So sometimes you just want to get rid of those out of your hand as soon as possible. And there's the first, albeit not a +4.
Reverse.
All right, blue back to reversing it. Gonna use that discard all. Does have that 0.
Yeah.
Also, Jaja utilizing that 0, but also there's a lot of 0s here that could be utilized.
Here's the thing, and I think the strategy has begun. 0-7 strategy has begun to develop over the course of the last several months that we've used it in our rule sets. You don't want to be the person really that is first to the fewest cards, because that means somebody is going to take your hand. And
absolutely.
See, they continue to swap across. Lily now on 2.
Oh, egg, the taunt! The taunt!
Latonia loves throwing her eggs right now.
Oh my god, she straight up egged her. I absolutely love to see it. All right, Lily here with that last card coming in first here, but Phoenix in second.
Phoenix did not play the 7 when they could have and taken Uno. Believes in their hand. Well, not for very long because now it's gone.
Oh, okay.
Continuing to have to draw, but a huge... You see that discard all that's been drawn over here on the left-hand side. Jaja in first, but Latonia could go out here and does. Nobody could do anything about it. A nice draw, Latonia.
Woo.
Welcome to solos. Welcome to your first victory. I love it.
I mean, I think it was part egg, the taunt. I think she was feeling that play right there and actually knew what the hand she had to offer and was able to secure that win. So congratulations.
A huge victory. Now 3 players on 1 win apiece. Yet again, kind of a lot of the same history repeating itself throughout each of our group stages. Everybody's been able to grab victories today. Just a matter of who grabs the most. Here we go. Red's burned pretty much across the board for the most part.
Blue.
We got a blue.
I mean, we can't count Lily out. You know, we've seen people come with this, you know, reverse sweep and be able to move forward. So never say never. Just gotta play it smart. Got that +4 over here. +6.
Draw cards.
Phoenix drawing quite a few bit of cards. I will say this is also one of my cutest decks. Not, you know, not to be biased or anything.
Yeah, I respect
I'm
that.
a cat today.
I respect that.
Saying.
Green.
Just saying.
All right, a couple draw. I mean, it draws across the board, but nobody really in truly. Now, Latonia, of course, draws discard all here.
Lily does have a 0 though,
That's
and
true.
a 7.
Latonia kind of...
Phoenix also does have a 7 as well. Couple 7s.
You had one there. Latonia could go out, unfortunately. Draws a blue, not too helpful. More greens to work with.
Moving these cards along
Yellow.
here.
All right. So, semifinals right around the corner, but nobody really
Right?
showing a clear victory yet.
Ooh,
And,
another reverse here. Gonna also reverse back.
okay, this could not start the onslaught. Not a lot of discard alls to write home about currently, but
Skip.
several
Jaja.
skips.
Yellow.
Could have skipped again, by the way.
Yellow, okay.
Could have gone red skip there. Doesn't get challenged on it, but
Skip.
wow. I don't know if I've seen this many skips. Ever. There we go.
Ooh, okay. Back to Phoenix to 8.
Another skip is drawn. Can't play it yet. Gojj has one. Latonia has
Oh,
one.
there goes the deck switch right here. Oof. But Hazit is going to take the opportunity to switch it as well. Lily in first.
Green.
Oh, Phoenix in second. 40 seconds on the clock.
All right, +4 on total stack. 30 seconds or so remaining. Gojj with an opportunity. Red being played, which basically just means, well, Phoenix, you thought you could play, but you can't.
Ooh.
Draw your cards.
20 seconds, Gojj.
Gojj's got the best spot to win here. I mean, Latonia could change hands, actually. I didn't even see the red 7. I saw so many red cards.
Oh,
Job's not done. Latonia takes
man.
the best hand, plays the action card, is going to skip here over Lily and burn the clock. Nobody can do anything about it. Latonia grabs the second victory. I thought it was Gojj's nice and easy, but guess what? It's 0-7s. Anything can happen. And Latonia had a 7. It just barely missed my eye. And Latonia said, don't worry, Gojj. Trust me, Gojj. I'm going to win this one. Latonia now on match point on 2 wins.
I mean, that was some serious plays. That switch to the last minute and burning the clock on her end to just make sure that no one can possibly change any possibility on her end to secure that win. Great work there with that dub. GG's.
Yeah, that was awesome. Now an opportunity to go all the way. Now I asked chat before Group D, did you vote for Latonia to win it all? Do you think Latonia's gonna do it? Or are you walking away with 500 coins? Let me know in the chat. I want to see it. Giveaway right around the corner. Latonia's trying to get that giveaway to you quickly. Latonia wins it here. It's gonna be Latonia and Phoenix going forward. And look at the points between Phoenix and Gojj, pal. No way.
I mean, this
5
is
again.
insanity over here.
Blue.
Lots of reverse situations as well. Look at the 7s that Gojj has, and there it is. Look at Phoenix now has all those 7s as well.
Yellow.
Are we gonna move things around? No, we're just gonna burn things around
Draw
and
4.
change it back to yellow. Let's have Lily pick up some cards over here.
Okay,
Blue.
+4 being played. Quickly goes to blue. Now, this is going to be a +12 to Lily.
Green.
Again, not the end of the world because it's 0-7s and there's discard alls to play with. The question is what and when,
Yellow.
where, how, why. You only got a minute
Draw a
50, so
card.
you got to kind of get a move on, but I don't mind a ton of cards.
Okay, well, we do have a lot of time in the clock, but I mean, the cards are starting to fade out over here.
Skip.
Okay,
Ooh, skip opportunity over here.
nice. Latonia is on 2 points right now, so if the time, okay.
Oh, that's I was waiting for that. I was waiting
Right.
for that.
That's about par for the course with 0-7s.
Ooh, okay.
We're just gonna keep passing those 2 cards around too.
yeah.
See what we can do. Do you have anything else to do? Just make people draw? Sure. Should see another draw too. Actually, should she Gojj go to Uno here? +2 on a
Uno.
Phoenix is huge.
Draw 2.
Gojj going to be on
Right.
Uno going the last 60 seconds, pal. But there is a 0 and a 7 on the side of Phoenix and 2
Draw
7s
2.
on the side of Lily. This is about to be chaos. Wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. A +2. Why? A +2 onto
Ooh,
Lily
Wait a minute.
means that Lily can't
Gojj.
play. Gojj grabs
Gojj
a free
secures
win.
that win.
Sometimes, pal, sometimes we say, yeah, you don't want to be the first to the low amount of cards, but sometimes another player says, don't worry, I got you. Has no idea they got you, but I got you. Plays the +2. The other player can't play their 7, can't change hands. That means Gojj grabs a free victory. That means Gojj's now grabbed their second victory, which means Gojj's also on match point. It's about to get spicy.
I feel like Gojj, took that opportunity to risk it for the biscuit and it paid off. And I feel like now that they have that match point, they're coming in with a lot of confidence here. I mean, all you got to do is just play the
Yellow.
game. You know what to do. You know
Draw a
how
card.
your teammates are also playing. You've strategized enough of their style. Now you just need a little bit of luck to get things moving for you. And you can see already, there's lots of 7s here that can
Red.
be utilized. We got
Whoa.
one here from Gojj.
Look at Latonia's hand. Had 3 +4
Yeah.
wilds, but it's got to get rid
Draw
of them
4.
because There's zeros and sevens to be played. Also, look at Jaja's score at the bottom of our screen. 457 points after 2 games. Jaja's
So good.
most likely going to the semifinals no matter what. The question is, who else? Latonia wins it, they both move on. Jaja wins it, they both move on. Phoenix and Lily not there yet. A couple more wins under their belt, but Latonia's on 2+4 wilds. The problem is she's there early. Will anybody be able to change it? It's not looking like it because Lily can't play for 7.
I mean, we're
Drop
changing.
4.
We're going to take an opportunity to stack over here. +4 for Lily. But here, Jaja might switch things around.
Nobody can do anything. Latonia's going to grab a free
There
win.
it is.
3+4
There it is.
wilds.
You know, I'm just going to give a little, koala love over there.
Hey.
Thank you for that, Dub.
Experience proves apparently it means something. Latonia grabs another victory, walks on to the finish line into the semifinals with Jaja in tow. By the way, both of them moving on. Nobody else even close. Congratulations, Latonia and Jaja, for making it to the semifinals. What a dominating performance. And again, it goes to show sometimes you just got to get rid of your cards, and sometimes you get the luck of 3+4 wilds in your hand. You can prevent anybody else from apparently stealing your hand. A huge win from Latonia, and luckily nobody else could steal it on the other side of the turn. So congratulations. I got to look back on some of those replays because we had some crazy games in that Group D.
You know what I love too is when you've had these moments where, I can imagine having duos and then to come back as a solo player. Yes, you have a lot to put pressure on just yourself, but you have a lot to prove to make this that you also are a grand contender, being in a community cup challenge here. So I just feel like she really took that opportunity to show everyone that she belongs here.
Yeah, a huge win for Latonia, and I loved her application video during the Duos Invitational. Again, that one was chosen.
And
she
taunt is my favorite.
got
I love
some
when
spice.
She throws the eggs.
Got some spice and personality, throwing eggs at people and winning in kind. A huge victory. But looking back on a couple of these replays here, pal, again, it was a Jaja and Latonia show in this group. I think Phoenix was able to pick up one victory, but this is Jaja's massive victory that put their point total up so high. But look at that hand. 2 blues and then 3+4 wilds. He's able to play them all and nobody could do anything about it. There's the final victory for Latonia. Congratulations. Here's your scores. Latonia on 3 wins. Jaja on 2. Both moving on to the semis.
I mean, there you see it. You can just tell the difference right here, where the mindset was, and I feel like they had a lot to prove. And like you said, it was their show. So congratulations for moving forward.
Yeah, a massive win. Let's take a look at the bracket because the semifinals have been slated. In semis A, you've got Maria, Lane Boy, James Chu, and Jaja. Down in semifinals B, you got Candy Apple, Latonia, Romeo, and Houdini. I don't know that there's a stronger pool. There's not a stronger semis. Pal, is there one that maybe strikes your eye as a bit stronger than the other?
These are just such grand contenders. Like, they know what to do. They can play this game with their eyes closed, like just based off the sounds, I feel like. But they are just so well versed in not only the meta, but just understanding each other now. Their styles, they've been watching, they're taking mental notes, and now it's all about who can secure this and move themselves to the finals.
I totally agree, pal. That's a great breakdown. And I got to remind people at home, by the way, that if you haven't downloaded Uno Mobile for free on iOS or Android Google Play Store, what are you doing? You're having a blast watching it. You got a chance to earn some coins in-app by voting for who you think's going to win in each of these matches. So go download it for free. iOS, Android, Google Play Stores, wherever you want to play Uno Mobile, you can get it. And follow Uno Mobile on all major socials. There's a ton more announcements coming out about annual finals, more giveaways, more live streams, and a ton of competitions, even just in Discord as well. So you can type in !socials in chat, and moderators can help you to get all those links. And if you're watching this live stream after the fact, just scroll down. It's all in the description below. Go join the community and go follow Uno on all their socials. Now, you've been waiting for it, and I've been waiting for it. It's time for some more giveaways, and it's time to type your IDs in chat. All right, here you go. Back on the screen again. We've got 3 of each of these going out to you all at home, and so you need to drop your Uno Mobile ID number in chat now. It is only going to be open, by the way, for the next 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to type your Uno Mobile ID number in right now in chat. It's a 13-digit number. You can click that cog wheel in the top left-hand corner of your home screen. It's the first tab, info, and it's right underneath your name. Type in your ID now. There's 2 minutes on the clock. When the 2 minutes are done, then we won't be taking your IDs anymore. So you can stop spamming after 2 minutes, but type it all in. Get your chance to win some of these emojis, effects, and card themes. They're all amazing. We love giving you things to walk home with just by watching this live stream. And speaking of more things to walk home with, you want a gift code? I got you. Don't worry. I'm always looking out for my people at home. Uno Day in OCT. It stands for October, but Uno Day in OCT. That's the code. Again, cogwheel. Go down to the bottom tab, gift code, go to redeem, and type in Uno Day in OCT. You got to type it all out. 400 coins. 5 diamonds and 1 4x shield. You got to get your hands on it. I see those IDs in chat already. I know you're going into the app to type this in. You got a lot to do. And while you're doing it, we're going to head to a very short break. Don't go anywhere. Take a look at our spooky season different rewards. Take the spooky stroll while you're here in the break as well. You'll learn a little bit more about that. But don't go anywhere. Go type in your code. Earn some rewards. We'll be right back in just a second.
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
Uno!
Uno Mobile Esports is here in 2023, and each month we are hosting a series of in-game competitions leading up to the monthly live finals in February, March, April, May, July, August, September, and October. The top 2 players from each of our live monthly finals will not only walk away with some cold hard cash, but also earn a spot in our yearly grand finals in November. You won't want to miss this intense competition, so get involved now in-app and enjoy some unpredictable fun.
Uno.
You've seen what's possible from Uno Mobile, but now it's 2023 and Uno Mobile Esports is officially here. We will be doing it big with $50,000 in prizing, with 8 monthly finals starting in February all the way through October, with the top players from each making the November massive grand finale. You can be the next Uno Mobile Esports star. Don't miss your chance to compete for free in the Uno Mobile Wildcard Series Community Cup monthly qualifiers in-game and battle your way through live monthly finals for a chance at some amazing prizes, a spot in the grand finale, and a whole lot of unpredictable fun. This is the beginning of Uno Mobile Esports. Do you have what it takes?
We are back, folks, and excited to get into the action. We've had an amazing group stages thus far, and I hope you were paying attention during the break. It was a lot of fun content in there, and I got to talk about specifically a couple things in app. But before I do, I need to remind you, okay, to do anything in app, you have to have the app downloaded. So go download Uno Mobile for free on iOS or Android, Google Play Store. If you haven't, I don't know what you're doing. Go get involved right now. Their community is amazing. You got to be in game for it. They always have some daily challenges and a lot of different ways to earn coins and rewards in game. And of course, you can watch actually the live stream in game and have an opportunity to vote on who you think is going to win to earn even more coins, which is really, really cool. But also follow Uno Mobile on all their major socials, because they've got amazing social media content across the board, whether you're on Twitter or you're watching any of our live streams on all of our monicum of different live stream platforms. I think we're live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. We're all over the place. You got to follow Uno Mobile everywhere so you can always catch everything they have to offer. But speaking of what's going on in app, I talked about that spooky stroll. Did you all see it? Yeah, the holiday's right around the corner. Halloween. It's awesome. Go to the game now for a spooky stroll. The new event Snake and Ladders will bring you to a Halloween adventure. You're not going to want to miss it. It's very, very cool. Had a chance to preview it, and I know a lot of people at home are excited about it. Their events in game are always very fun to do, so make sure you do that. You can earn some rewards along the way as well. Now, folks, excited to talk about a couple things, but one thing that you've been waiting for. We already have our winners of that first, your user ID spam. We talked about spamming your IDs. Don't do it anymore. We already have our winners chosen. We'll have another opportunity to do it again, but congratulations to Yo Mama and just him. Yo Mama and him, if you see your IDs, congratulations. You've won these amazing emojis to be able to use in-game. Don't worry, it'll all come to you through your in-game mail. You have a chance to fill out a form. If you already have the emojis somehow, well, congratulations. There'll be a chance to get some coins instead, but emojis, can use these in game and an opportunity to use them to show them off. Now, folks, if you're saying, man, I really love what they're doing here today with their emojis and their themes, card packs, and you haven't had a chance to get your hands on them, and maybe you don't win any of our giveaways today, you can always go to the store. You can go to the Mattel store that's actually online, get some different discounts and things. You can actually purchase these as well. So I know you want to get your hands on them. If you don't win any giveaways today, I'll talk a little bit more about that store and how to go there. But I got to bring Pow back into the booth with me because, Pow, it's about time for the semifinals, and that means we only have 3 total matches overall left. Semifinals A, semifinals B, and then the finals. And we are trying to find the top 2 players from today to close out our roster for the annual final. That's the end of next month. I am so pumped about it. Let's talk about it while we're looking back on our replays from the quarterfinals and our group stages, and talk about what we've seen thus far.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen such great plays coming through. You could see the absolute dominance from Maria coming through, able to secure the win. And, in fact, that discard all has been something of a theme this whole season, and it's just been how people utilize it, and it's just been fantastic seeing that throughout the community. We've seen some serious gameplays throughout the matchup here. We got the best of the best players coming through and really kind of not only just utilizing their skill, but just utilizing the meta of what in fact we are offering for them. You know, that switch around is not something to keep lightly. So I'm excited to see if in fact have anyone in these groups, have they learned their lesson, or are they going to capitalize on in fact keeping their same style, or maybe switching things up, just knowing some of the contenders that they're going to go up against?
Yeah, Laneboy does what he wants to, and I really liked Laneboy's strategy, specifically with trying to farm 4 discard alls, trying to draw it so that they have one color in their hand, burn the rest of the cards out of their hand, get to one color, and hopefully get a discard all to work with. But here we go. We're into the semifinals. It's bracket time, and this is really for all the marbles, because again, if you want to win anything today, our prize pool is only for those that make the grand finals. Of course, our grand prize, $3,000, by the way, at the top, $1,000 for second, and then $500 for third and fourth. You just got to make it there first, but you got to get through your semifinals. So we're going to be starting with semifinals A. Maria, Laneboy, James Chu, and Jaja. An opportunity to make grand finals and an opportunity to make the annual finals end of next month. A lot on the line, specifically probably the most on the line that there's ever been with Uno Mobile monthly finals, because this is the last one.
This is the last one. It's been such a joy being here all year with everyone in the community. But I love hearing the stories that have come through all of these matchups. And I have to give my flowers to James, because James is coming here as kind of our dark horse, had his back against the wall and somehow was able to ride it out and secure this semi-final spot. So I feel like not only does he have to prove it to himself, but I feel like he has the backup with the community here to back him up, because it's always fun to see someone of a situation where they're like, maybe they're not have the cards to pull through, but the underdog, I feel like, is one of the best storylines in any esports or in any gameplay situation.
Yeah, we'll see, because the question is, what rule are we going to be using? We've got a chance to spin the wheel again, and in the semifinals, everything could be different. Let's spin that wheel. Let's see what rule we're working with. It was 0-7 last time. What will it be this time around? We're going back to Wild Punch. Now, this house card's gotta be one of my favorite, because it's kind of understated, right? I think oftentimes with our Community Cup, when we've seen the Wild Punch, it's kind of been this thing that kind of just lurks in the shadows, maybe kind of like Houdini, and just hangs out in the back.
That's a great way to describe it.
You have to think about it. You're like, okay, somebody might have this, and it kind of ruins their playstyle without you even having to play it. Just the threat of it being there changes the way the game is played, albeit you don't see it played that effectively that often. But when you do, certainly punches you square in the face, just like the namesake of the card, pal. I'm excited to see the Wild Punch into the semifinals, some competitiveness with this rule set.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the players are going to react to it, right? Because like you said, it's been something that's just lurked in the shadows, and it's been like, now that we have a spooky season coming through, I wonder what kind of spooky plays we're going to see because of that. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I feel like it's going to be anybody's game at this point.
Well, here we go. The game is underway. And folks at home, if you're watching in-app, nice job. That's a great way to do it. You can also watch on all of our major socials. Make sure you vote on who you think is going to win in-app. You have an opportunity to win 500 coins, and we've started already. It's that little gold question mark that'll pop up on the right-hand side, I believe, bottom right. You'll be able to see that. Click it. Then you'll be able to vote who you think is going to win the group stages. But the game has started. No more 0s and 7s. They're still in the game. They don't do anything besides just be a number. It's all going to come down to Wild Punches, +4 wilds, and discard alls, of course. Here we go. Discard alls being played early, and Laneboy yet again, pal, sticking with his strategy, had an opportunity to burn his discard all and is not doing it.
Blue.
Here we go, moving things to blue over here. All right, gonna do that +2.
Blue.
James keeping it blue over here with that +4, +6 for Jaja.
quickly Maria in first, and it's not even close, albeit you know they can't play on that now with 2 discard alls in hand. Again, watch out for Lane Boy. He sneaks up out of nowhere on you, especially if he can get down to his reds, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. Just burn all the other cards, get down to reds. What's the question from Maria?
A lot of ones over here.
Go to yellow.
Skip.
Stay yellow for a moment, and Lane Boy's fine with that.
Okay.
Lane Boy out of yellows.
Ooh.
It goes to red early. What does Lane do? Do you play it? He says, yeah.
There it is.
Absolutely. A massive play to take the lead.
Lane Boy just sticking to his strategy here. I love to see it. I wonder if anyone's taking any mental notes on his strategy, though. Maria also discarding all. But we're here on an Uno situation here with James.
Lane Boy could take it all. If this is played correctly, is gonna play the Uno now. James has to make a decision. Do you challenge? And he does. A huge play from James. Has to draw
50
regardless.
seconds on the clock, though.
A massive call out. You gotta go for it in those moments. Plays the wild punch, not gonna do anything, but will still be a wild card. James on blue. Nobody can change it. James.
Nope.
Your first winner of semifinals A comes down from the bottom of his group. Nothing worth holding on to. It says, I'm going to play my heart out anyways. Gets 2 wins, gets drug into the semifinals there from Candy, and now first win on the board. Everything is turned around for James.
I mean, we said it. He has to play the best Uno of his life, and we're starting to see it. He's really taking the opportunity not only to show his skill, but his composure, and you love to see it.
Yeah, a massive victory, but job's not done yet. Not even close. Got to win 3 times. Top 2 moving on, of course. Here we go. Several skips on the side of James Chu. And I think little skip battle. Skip battle back and forth. That's 3 in a row. Maria and James playing their own game and gets another one into another one.
Oh my goodness.
I talked about the reverse into the reverse, but the skip into the skip into the skip into the skip. A fun Unoism as well.
Yellow.
All right, +4s.
Keeping things yellow over here. All right, +8.
Okay,
We've got a wild punch over here on James's side.
that's right, which now won't really lend him any favors unless the full play gets reversed somehow. So Lane Boy doesn't have any +2s or +4s to punch back, but gonna hang on to it regardless. It's still wild at the end of the day, and James has 3 total. Problem is, Maria's running out of time. Goes for a challenge to be safe, but no.
Ooh,
A 6.
+6 on Maria over here. Right, Lane Boy sticking to his strategy over here.
Early discard alls. All blues are off the table now. James is gonna have to pick. Where do we go from here? We're gonna go to green.
Okay. Some greens here.
Again, every time.
Days are moving. Okay.
Okay, discard alls will come
Know
through.
that Gojj does not have a green. We're moving things to red. +2 over here. Oh!
I mean, you have a red, so do you want to go ahead and use it? Why not, Lane Boy? Draw 2 cards, and it's going to go to Maria's turn. Reverses the flow of play and everything in between. Maria able to get a nice top deck, but now Gojj should skip James.
Ooh,
Gojj on red. Gojj on skip back. Gojj with a victory.
Oh, gets skipped again. Oh, but no. Secures
Wow.
that win. Gojj. GG's.
Yeah, that's a big win there for Gojj to get on the board early again. It's a nice little buffer, at least to have some points on the board. First to 3 wins. You're one of only 2 players with a win. Just nice, flawless execution there, having the right cards at the right time. A lot of skips. Skips have played more of a role in
So many skips.
in semifinals A than I've seen maybe in the entirety of last month. I mean, so many skips back and forth. They totally dictate flow of play because, especially if you have several to string together, you're playing several cards before any of your other 2 opponents can play any. So a massive, massive win. But here's, look at Lane Boy's hand here. One of the stronger hands on the board. 2 +4 wilds.
Yeah.
Not having to use them and already stacking +6 to the side of Gojj, one of the main competitors on the board currently. We'll have to burn another one here, and it will go all the way back to Maria, I believe, for a +14 that she's unfortunately going to have to eat.
Green.
There could be some cards there, though, that we can utilize to probably discard all. Maybe taking some notes from James. see James still kind of utilizing that strategy to trying to figure out which cards to burn. Decides to
Reverse.
go with yellow. Oh, decides to do the reverse.
Yeah, one of the kind of
Reverse.
Picks up a card. Oh, and
Huge.
another reverse.
huge play that gets rid of Lane's
Reverse.
red card, gets him down to 2, 1 away, another reverse. If you go blue here with that,
Blue.
oh, Lane Boy just set up for success. That's just
Wow.
about all she wrote. Now, it's not fully done. Anything can happen,
Reverse.
but gonna have to need a miracle here for somebody else to win. Reverse is back to
Red.
Maria. Doesn't matter what you change it to. Lane Boy on the
Draw
board.
4.
3
Red.
games, 3 different victors.
Woo!
I'm liking semifinals A thus far.
Wow, you love to see it. Great plays. I mean, that was just kind of textbook Uno right there. You know, just keeping an eye on what everyone's doing, but utilizing your cards to your advantage. And there you have it, Lane Boy securing that win.
Yeah, you know what I like about that one too was for Lane Boy, I can just picture Lane Boy sitting there and being like, please change it to blue, please change it to blue, please change it to blue, or just playing keep blue. Whatever you need to do to give me a blue, I am down for. Play a color, a card that has the blue color, but the same number, anything to get it to blue, because I know I win if I save that Uno +4 wild card till the end. That's exactly what happened. But early discard alls, we're going to burn them
Yep.
quickly. And we'll see James now in a pretty decent spot. They're going to have to draw or play that wild.
Yep.
Let's draw.
Ooh, another skip. Like we said, lots of skips going on this matchup over here. Moving it to red. Gonna utilize.
This is such a hard decision.
Blue.
Okay,
The-
back to blue.
The general rule of thumb we've seen in Uno Mobile for the monthly
Draw
finals
card.
is that you usually don't play your +4 wilds until after you see that 2-minute mark at the top left-hand corner, after the first 60 seconds or so. Usually people will hold on to it and decide to draw, but Lane Boy says, no, I'm playing it. I got to get it out of my hand.
Reverse.
And look at Jaja at the top. Jaja
Ooh.
and Lane Boy in the exact same position now, both on green. Both with the discard all, and Jaja
Yeah.
draws another green.
Oh man.
Skip.
It
Lots
goes
of
green,
skips here.
but it's a skip across the board. Lane Boy
Oh,
wins
man.
it all. Lane Boy wins the
Wow.
second game because it was a skip. Any other card that changed it to green, you see Jaja grabbing the victory at the top of the board there.
My goodness.
Because it was a skip, it gave Lane a victory. Now, Lane's a great player, but a couple rounds now, where a couple wins had just been handed to Lane Boy, he's able to take it. Very well done. Now on match point to make the grand finals.
I mean, sometimes if you're not paying attention to the skip and the color that you are utilizing, it's not going to go in your favor. And there, like you
Yeah.
said, it was practically handed to them. So match point right now. I'm excited to see if, in fact, anyone has learned their lesson.
Yeah, anybody in chat, I asked you, did you vote for Lane Boy? Are you going to win 500 coins? I want to hear it from you. Let us know in chat if you've won some 500 coins if Lane Boy takes it all. Now, as we well know, job's not done yet. Anybody could take it, but 2 wins on 595 score. You're likely
Yeah.
seeing Lane Boy in the grand finals of this monthly final. We'll see.
I absolutely love that the chat is going crazy for Lane Boy. I love to
Red.
see it. Give Lane Boy your energy. They need it.
Green.
All right.
This could be it, though. Match point.
Jaja in a pretty good
Lane
spot
Boy
as
over
well, though.
here.
Yellow.
Moving it to yellow.
Draw cards.
Has those 2 skips right there.
Nice draw from Jaja. Not going to burn it yet. You don't have
Yep.
to.
All right.
Now, do you burn it? No. Gonna draw again. It draws
Maria.
huge discard all. Now, Lane Boy could win it all
Ooh.
regardless, but look at Jaja's
Green.
draw. Goes to green.
Oh, to green.
If no one could do anything about it, Jaja's gonna grab this victory.
Uno.
Plays
Oh my
a
goodness.
Uno wild card.
Yellow.
How did you draw that top deck wild?
Wow.
Job's not done. Goes for a bluff. It plays a discard all.
Oh my goodness.
Jaja's gonna take it all.
Jaja.
No way. And if Jaja didn't do it,
Wow.
Maria had a discard all one color as well. Discard alls reign supreme, folks. Crazy top deck luck and went for a bluff. And the frustrating part for Lane that he doesn't know is that if that was not a yellow, goes for the red and doesn't play the bluff, likely you see Lane Boy might grab a victory or Maria grab the victory with her discard all on the right-hand side. But because he went yellow, discard all was played, it started the train. Wow, Jaja grabs another victory.
So close. So close. All right, here come the discard alls. I mean, that's kind of like when you see the discards all come in, I feel like everyone just perks up.
Reverse.
Already down very few cards across the board. Maria on 2. Again, Laneboy or Jaja win, they both move on. You're looking at Laneboy and Jaja to win here, to both move on, but Maria is on Uno early, and she has yet to grab a victory yet.
All right.
So green goes
To blue.
That's
We got that skip.
It's huge. Look at Jaja.
Oh my goodness, everybody.
Somebody's got to win.
Laneboy and Jaja with Uno.
It's got to be Maria or Jaja's winning it all. Laneboy, what can you top deck? Goes for a challenge. Still is going to have to top deck and get nothing. Maria can't play. No, gets a skip. It's over. It's not over yet.
It's a skip.
It's not over yet, but what can Laneboy do?
Back to blue. Wait, it's going to use the reverse.
Nothing. Jaja grabs the victory. A tumultuous one. But back-to-back wins for Jaja. Jaja, Laneboy, both moving on to the finals. Congratulations. You're at least walking away with a little bit of cash in your pocket, if not a lot, and a spot in the grand finals. We'll see, but a little bit more games to be played.
Wow.
Congratulations. Semifinals A did not disappoint, pal. That was fun.
That was so fun. And it was crazy to see all those skips come through. I feel like everybody kind of utilized those to their advantage. And we got to see a lot of reverses. But Jaja with the back-to-back, they must be feeling so good right now.
Yeah, that feels amazing, especially when Laneboy takes such an early lead. You probably start getting a little bit of sweat. You're like, okay, I got to move. I got to get on the board. I got to get up to the top of the leaderboard. I don't want to leave it up to chance. And Jaja did exactly that. Didn't leave a single thing up to chance. But here's some of those crucial moments looking back in our replays. Some of the wins. James was able to grab one victory. Unfortunately, not enough to move on. So, James, you had a great run, but not enough to make it to the grand finals. I want to know if you voted for Jaja. Did you get your 500 coins? Not seeing a lot of people say they voted for Jaja, so maybe played a little bit of spoiler. But looking back, here's another win there for Laneboy. Some of these kind of classic Uno Mobile strategies, pal, of holding on to it +4 wild until it's your last card. That's kind of a tale as old as time.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen kind of different strategies throughout all the series all year, how people play. But I think one of the best thing that separates other contenders is how they're able to take just cerebral notes of each other, how they've been playing throughout the matchups. And, Jaja just came in, swooped up, and was able to secure those back-to-back wins, really kind of just showing the dominance of what, can happen in a game. And it happens so fast. And you can see right here, our scoreboard, 495 points. But was able to secure with those 3 wins, and Laneboy coming in, moving on as well with 595 points.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, points are fun to talk about. There's great spread across the board. You kind of give yourself a buffer, but it all comes down to wins. And Jaja and Laneboy grabbed the 2 highest win counts, 3 and 2. They're both moving on. They're both moving to the finals. Congratulations! You can see them over there in the grand finals, waiting on their competition. Because, pal, it's time to head to semifinals B. And we've got Candy Apple, we've got Latonia Love, we've got Romeo, and we've got Houdini. I can only imagine it's going to be a very, very close match.
I mean, I feel like they are just the excitement, the adrenaline is starting to kick in back in. They took a second to regroup, but now they know what they're up against. And now just seeing how other contenders are just sweeping in here, getting back-to-back wins. I mean, I know if I was trying to push myself through the finals, no mistakes, just play how I've been playing, just getting focused, and also just understanding and believing in myself that I can do it. That's it. Just confidence.
Confidence is key. It always is. Now, folks, I know you're waiting for it. Don't worry. It's coming sooner than it was last time. Giveaway coming soon, right around the corner. It's right here. You see it? If you got me muted, take a look right here. Giveaway coming soon. I nailed it this time. It's right around the corner, right after semifinals B. We're going to give you some more giveaways, so be patient. Got another code coming, and I think the rewards have increased, by the way. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. And of course, you can still win your 500 coins by voting in app. And we've got some more ideas potentially to share, to spam in chat later. Not yet. Wait for it. Wait till you see that graphic later. I'll tell you when. That 2-minute timer, and get your IDs in so you can hopefully win more of those themes, packs, emojis, and everything in between. Now, it's time for semifinals B. I don't know I'm just saying, my prediction, if you're voting in chat right now who you think's going to win, my prediction is Candy. Candy had one of the highest scores I've ever seen, 700 points, dominating performance. But you also maybe are leaning towards Latonia, right? Has the experience. We'll see. Only time will tell. It's time to get in the game. Let's get it.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I can cast or curse this, man. I feel like everyone has done so well, and there's just, it's anybody's game. I do feel there is a lot of strategy. However, I do think experience coming into a community cup really does take an advantage, right? Because you know the adrenaline has kind of set in, but you also have the confidence to come through. And you can see right here how fast the game is happening right here. I mean, it's like we blinked and everyone is, I mean, Candy is already down to like no cards whatsoever. This discard can mean everything right here.
Yeah, if it goes to red, it's all she wrote. Now it's not going to. We go to green, sets up Latonia well. And Romeo has a couple Grims to work with as well. Latonia now a little bit in trouble, having to draw a couple, but does get a wild punch in there. So we'll see if maybe that comes into play here shortly. It looks like a couple more +2s could go her way. This is an opportunity to punch back. You want to.
Draw 2.
No, it's going to just draw them instead.
Okay.
And I don't mind that play. Hold on to your wild a little bit. You're not in huge rush here. Not yet.
Skip.
All right, but it's going to get skipped in doing so. Back to Romeo. Moving to 7. Things are moving quick. Ooh, there goes a discard all by Romeo. Another discard all. Oh, another discard all. Here we have it. Candy Apple with the Uno. Also Houdini. What are we going to move here?
Slowly.
Oh, there it is.
Yellow is the worst possible thing to go to. Would have given a win to Houdini, but instead gives it to Candy Apple. Did I not say vote Candy? You don't have to listen to me, but Candy's been on top a lot of today. And again, on top in semifinals B.
I mean, you did predict. You did predict. Maybe we're reverse. It's spooky season right now. Maybe you unspooked the caster curse. I don't know.
Sure, I like that. We'll take a spooky stroll in game and find out. I don't know if anybody noticed, by the way. I haven't seen anybody in chat say it, so you missed your opportunity. I do have a different face on my hat this time. Gotta say.
I noticed.
It's a little more spooky. We're getting spookier as we go. A little bit more angry than before. But let's get into game 2. Let's see if potentially Candy can go back to back and maybe close this thing out in 3 up, 3 down. We've only seen it happen maybe once other time, so we'll see.
Ooh, I love to see a discard all. It's such an aggressive play. However, it's still anyone's game here. Back to green. Moving it along.
Wow, Latonia's
over here with that Uno.
Latonia's on Uno with the wild card.
Wild card.
Candy Apple can't do anything about this. It's not going to matter what happens here. Latonia's grabbing a win.
Oh my goodness, I love to see it.
There is
just patiently waiting.
Yeah, that's a big win as well because Candy had to draw those cards. Latonia grabs a free victory before we can even blink. One of the fastest wins we've seen today at the very least. Congratulations, Latonia, on the board. Look, I'm not some prediction guy.
Themselves. I love to see it.
I'm not some prediction guy, but Pal, I did say Candy Apple, and if not Candy Apple, Latonia. So somebody else prove me wrong. We'll see. I'm excited to see our other competitors. Houdini does like to kind of back against the wall, everything on the line. Try to win 1, win 2, maybe even 3. Who knows? Houdini can do it all. But time is now, running out of daylight.
Yes, and I feel like it's still anybody's game. You never know. Cards can, go in your favor, and that luck or that spookiness that you're doing across the board, we can see some of the players here with some pretty, interesting cards here. Few wilds here that can change things around. I love this deck, not just because I'm a cat, but it's just so cute.
All right. Yeah, you're right. Everybody has at least a wild. 3 + 4 wilds.
Yes.
Candy Apple on the wrong side of that one. I'm going to go ahead and burn theirs. The question is, Latonia, do you use a +4 wild early?
I think so.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Candy Apple's excited about it for a second, but it's not going to matter. It's +12 to Candy Apple.
Oh, the laughing taunts.
Nah, not going to be happy about that, Candy. Sorry.
I would not be happy either.
Green.
There it is, +12.
Draw a card.
And look at Romeo, by the way. If it can get back to yellow, Romeo can grab a win as well.
Yeah, with that discard all. Has that skip to utilize.
Yellow.
Oh, back to yellow.
Okay, we should see.
Okay.
Lucky duck.
Nice.
Draw
A challenge for
card.
Latonia. I mean, she's drawing 6. Not hitting that challenge
Okay.
correctly, but Romeo goes to Uno here, all of a sudden threatening the other competitors.
Uno.
And Houdini
All
can't.
right.
Houdini can't even play on that.
Romeo
Okay, that'll work.
stays with yellow.
Woo!
Okay, another
Reverse.
discard all. Things are moving around. There goes the reverse. Back.
Oh,
reverse,
no!
but now it's blue.
It went
now
blue.
It's blue. Oh. Oh my goodness.
Skip.
Oh, look at the snare. The taunts. I love to see it. Romeo with the win. You called it, Gojj.
Romeo.
Set up right there. Perfectly
Romeo
set up.
on Uno, and it's frustrating because like if you can see the cards, of course you know what to do, but you can't see the cards. There's so much going on. It's so difficult to do. But if you look back at that play, pal, the reverse made a lot of sense because they had Uno, but also you knew they used the discard all and it was yellow, so they don't have a yellow. If you reverse away from them, there's an opportunity for that color to change, and that's exactly what happened. But Romeo, congratulations, 3 games and yet again 3 different winners. This is the 3rd or 4th time this has happened.
Yeah, I mean, I love to see that, you know, everyone's on the board, but Houdini really needs to pick up the pace here, putting
Yellow.
themselves on the board. There's no opportunities to fumble here. Everyone
Green.
wants to win and move forward. All right, we're back at green over here. Keeping it here at green. Candy apple. Maybe,
Yellow.
yep, it's going to change it to yellow. Gonna draw. We're gonna start stacking.
Blue.
Oh, we're gonna use just a regular wild here to blue.
Yeah, you're gonna see a nice stack here though. This should go to 12.
Oh, yeah.
Back to Candy. Candy has not caught a break on these stacks. Like every time. That's 3 games in a row now. At least, yeah, no, this is the 3rd in a row that
This
he's
is the third in
he's
a
had
row.
to draw 12. I mean, that's brutal.
Oh, yeah, that's a little demoralizing,
Green.
you know, having, but still there could be some,
Draw
you know,
card.
discard situations here, discard all situations. So we're
Skip.
gonna keep it here to green. We're gonna skip Romeo. Great play. They're gonna skip Candy.
Skip.
Oh my goodness,
Nice.
another skip.
This is big to keep Romeo out of it.
All right.
People trying to
Reverse.
battle
The
back.
discards all.
Romeo still can't go to
Ooh,
Uno. Has
reverse.
been almost on Uno this whole time, and now it changes
Okay.
color. Romeo can't go to Uno. Oh, now he can. A yellow 9 being played. You can play the blue 9. But you gotta think, right? Like,
Ooh, the taunt, the taunt.
do you
He's
want-
gonna do it?
yeah, the question is, do you want to go to blue? Maybe thinking maybe somebody could go out with blue. Candy Apple gets closer, but nobody else is there. Yellow will put Houdini to Uno. What will Romeo pull?
Uno.
Nothing helpful.
Draw
Yeah,
2.
Houdini coming in here with the Uno. If he can stay on red.
And I have to draw nothing. Houdini having to draw a wild punch.
Ooh, a wild card.
You burn it. No,
Yeah.
it's gonna hold on to
No.
it. Not gonna play it. I don't mind the strategy. Worst case scenario,
I don't
you
either.
can play it this turn. You had to be patient. Houdini wanted to make sure nobody's gonna force him to draw.
Red.
37 seconds. He's
Oh.
playing it, going red. He said,
This-
"Try me,
Reverse.
try
Oh,
me."
oh, another reverse.
And the reverse
Reverse.
changes the
Oh,
color.
no.
Goes to yellow. No.
Oh, another. Wait. Oh my goodness. Okay, discard all.
Okay, it's gonna
Back to yellow.
stay yellow. 20 seconds and counting. Houdini's
Uno.
still in the lead.
Yellow.
On 1 point. Gonna be tough to beat. Somebody needs to make Houdini
30
draw.
seconds on the clock.
Keep it yellow and keep it rolling quickly. Houdini having to draw. Can't filibuster.
Uno.
And draws a +4 wild, but doesn't have time to play it.
4 seconds.
Ran
4
out.
seconds.
Houdini ran out of time. Was taking
Oh my
too
goodness.
long.
Apple in first and then gets egged.
Oh, I don't know that I've ever seen that in the history of Uno Mobile
No, we
Esports.
haven't.
Drew a crazy top deck, but I didn't mind Houdini's
Oh,
strategy.
man.
Pal, this is likely what happened. Houdini's strategy was burn as much time off the clock as possible so I don't have to play again and hope I draw something low. The problem is, if you draw a card you can play, specifically a card that's worth
Yes.
50 points with wild cards, and you run out of time, you won't play it, which means goes to the next person, and Candy Apple grabs the victory. 97 points on the board, but 2 wins.
Reverse.
Crazy sequence. Oh, you're going to be frustrated
Look
about
at
that
the
one.
point difference right now
Red.
from Latonia and Romeo. So
Reverse.
it's really, really close here. It's really about understanding what cards you want to keep towards the end. That clock ran all the way to
Green.
the end. So it's really, really important to keep an eye on that clock, even though you're also keeping in mind everything else in this game. So
Blue.
there's a lot going on.
Draw a card.
Crazy sequence, but job's not done yet. Candy Apple can close it out here, can close this group out in an identical fashion to the last semifinals on 3 wins and everybody else on 1 or 2. Nobody else contesting,
Red.
but we'll
Man,
see.
however, this is a great matchup. Look at the cards that between
Yellow.
Romeo and Latonia.
Yeah, Romeo's in a really good spot. Latonia goes for
okay.
another challenge, which I don't mind. You're already drawing 4, might as well draw 6. Now Romeo set up for success. 2 cards left. One's a
Skip.
plus
Gonna go
4.
for the skip. Yep.
And this is the question mark. You play it,
Yep.
you still got plenty of time. Romeo's going to hold on to it.
Reverse.
Cards moving quickly.
Ooh, another reverse. Okay. Gonna discard all.
Goes back to 2.
Candy Apple, if we can keep it to yellow.
Romeo gets his second victory here. If he can get to a
Ooh,
blue, it goes to blue.
Two.
Romeo with an opportunity to win. Job's not done, but it's very, very close. Staying blue.
Reverse.
Houdini keeping it out of
Oh,
reach.
it's reversed.
It's not gonna matter though. Gotta go
Yellow.
yellow here. It's not gonna do anything.
A wild punch.
Romeo's got the +4 wild card. Romeo
4,
grabs his
red.
second victory, and it's a fairly sizable one. Romeo's gonna be poised to take this spot at the top with 2 wins, tying Candy Apple in wins, but definitely not in
Wow.
score.
That was great. Such like composure between that matchup. GG's to Romeo.
Yeah, GG's indeed. Very well done. Holding on to the +4 wild. Again, sometimes when you get down to 2 cards, right? And it's you can't play your 1 card that's a 5, right? You want to play the +4 wild, but if you can just be patient enough to allow
Blue.
somebody else to change the color, you could get to a point with your last card and you are nearly guaranteed a win. That's exactly what Romeo was
Green.
able to do. Great patience. I saw somebody in chat say that Romeo was giving him the old okie doke, and I like that. A lot of
That's
okie
a
doke.
great way to describe it.
A lot of okie doke from Romeo. Back on top.
Oh, we love to see this deck come around again.
Green.
Got here
Draw a
our
card.
+4 with +12. Lots of cards, but still early in the
Skip.
game. Opportunities to discard all. Lots of skip, and there you see it. The discard all possibilities here.
Reverse.
All right. Houdini is pulling a playbook out of lane strategy, not playing the discard
Blue.
all, holding on to it, and playing a card out of their discard all pile. Now, Houdini,
Blue.
your back's about against the wall as possible, and a nice wild punch back to
Draw
Candy
4.
Apple says, no,
Ooh.
Candy, yet again, you are the one drawing, not me.
All right, a little present. And got some discard all
Skip.
over here. Love to see it with a skip. Romeo here deciding on maybe using that. No, is going to draw that
Red.
+2. Back to
Reverse.
red. Not a lot of reds to go around here.
Yeah, Latonia's
Let's go reverse.
Latonia's setting herself up, though, for that yellow discard all win, potentially. Maybe we can get rid of another red. Well, it goes to yellow early, so she's going to show her hand pretty quickly. But on
Ooh.
2 with a wild. Pretty solid spot to be in.
Yellow.
Ooh,
Interesting. Okay, Romeo.
back to yellow. Okay.
I like that. Could have played the +2. Is going to save it. Latonia
Red.
burns her wild. Now on Uno, but it is just a red 5. Problem is, we're on red, and I don't
2.
think anybody's changing it. No, goes +2. Just gives the red to Latonia. Latonia
Oh.
on top, which means Latonia also has
Wow.
2 wins. Ridiculous. 3 players with 2 wins. There was an opportunity to close it out several times now, and no one was able to do it. Now, pal, you know what this means. Into tiebreaker situation, and Houdini, I'm going to say this once. Your back is against the wall. Anybody wins besides you, job's done. But did you watch James? Did you see what he was able to accomplish? You have an opportunity to do the same. You've got to win back to back and do so in such a dynamic fashion that you have a high enough point total to move on. So all
We've
eyes,
seen it before, Gojj. We've seen it before.
all eyes on Houdini to try to win here.
All right. I mean, here's the situation. Oh, why? Why? Oh, I love the taunts with this group. The
Blue.
eggs are coming in.
All
All right, we got a +6 over here.
Gonna be a big
Green.
one. +14 going to Houdini. Not a great way to start when you're the only one that could win here to keep the games going.
Green.
All right, this is going to be a
Draw
tough one.
card.
You need some discard alls. Will you draw them? There's one for green and just one for green. Not great.
Just one for green, but nobody else has them. Just a situation for a reverse over here to change it to yellow.
It's yellow from Latonia.
Green.
All right, back to green.
Again, anybody wins besides Houdini, semifinals is done. Latonia has the highest score. That last win likely booked her ticket to the grand final. Such a big one to think back on, but right
Blue.
now, all eyes on screen. Potentially the last
two.
game of semifinals B. And a huge +2 on Candy
Reverse.
Apple, albeit gave them the discard
Ooh,
all.
nice discard all right
Quickly,
here with
Candy.
Candy Apple.
Candy goes from 3rd place overall and potentially has a chance here to win it. Needs a 9 to be
Blue.
played. It stays blue. Houdini
Ooh,
not taking any
tries
chances.
the card.
Latonia's gonna
Blue.
burn it. You got to, and you go back.
Oh yeah.
You go back to blue. You know
Or
Candy doesn't have blue.
okay.
You gotta go back to blue.
Draw 4.
Right.
A collective deep breath. Everything on the line. Candy
Everything counts
Candy
right now.
still
Gojj.
has to draw. Candy's back to 4 cards, and it's a pretty even match. We're down to the last 60 seconds.
Oh.
Potentially the last 60
Oh man, the
seconds
clock is moving.
of this
To
semifinals.
discard all here.
Houdini has too many cards. Houdini needs a discard all.
I mean, a discard yellow would be it right
Reverse.
here.
Reverse
Oh, and
back.
Reverse. Okay.
Latonia
40 seconds on the clock.
Latonia can take her time, likely going to the grand finals no matter what happens here. As we go to red, several players can play, and Romeo is actually going to take the lead into Uno. The total
Ooh.
at 2 points, going to be tough
Oh, wait,
to beat.
Yellow.
Reverse.
They're just
We would need
they're
a
keeping it
discard
away from
all,
Houdini.
But Romeo in first.
Candy has to win this
Uno.
to make grand finals, and it's not looking likely. 13 seconds and
man.
counting. Latonia
10
on 5
seconds
points.
on the clock.
Romeo having to draw and draws it. Romeo is going to win this. There's literally nothing they can do. No, Latonia wins out of nowhere. Latonia grabs the victory, but it doesn't matter because Romeo is
Wow.
also moving on. Romeo, Latonia, take it all. And yet again, I saw some people say they were voting for Latonia. I respect that. Latonia, experience has proved apparently useful. Latonia wins semifinals B, a dominating performance in the second to last game, and in the last game sneaks a victory there in the final moments. Would have gone on even if Romeo won there, but would love to take it all and have a little bit of some ego going into the grand finals. Congratulations, Latonia, Romeo. You're at least walking away with a little bit of cash, and you have a chance to play for the grand finals, play for the annual finals end of next month.
I mean, that was intense gameplays right there. You love to see it. But, you know, I think, like you said, experience really does play into these matchups. You know, you're calm, collected. And also, I think a little bit of luck does go in your favor sometimes, but experience is everything. And, I mean, you just saw it right there, how that goes in your favor.
Yeah, let's take a look back on semifinals B. This is a wild finish to semifinals B, but it was a great competition all the way through, even from the beginning. Candy Apple grabbed an early victory. Thought it was going to be a quick steamroll. Unfortunately for Candy, grabbed one more there a little bit halfway through this competition, but neither were very strong wins. So when it comes to tiebreakers, not going to be enough to take you to the grand finals. And here's a couple more victories across the board. And this was a big moment for Romeo, of course. Little Okie Dokie saying, hello, I'm going to grab that one.
Wow. I mean, you see the plays here coming through and, you know, really rooting for Candy in so many situations. You know, the egg taunts, the presents. I mean, you love to see it.
I've seen some people in chat say they voted for Latonia. I saw KDP in chat say 500 more
Oh,
coins.
yeah. The
Woo!
chat's going crazy right now.
I love it. I love it. But finishing out these replays, a couple wild punches through the semifinals. I think there was 3 or 4 played, which I think is more than usual. Played fairly well. No crazy punches of like 16 cards, but even 2 cards that you don't have to draw can set you up for success. And there's that final victory from Latonia. It goes yellow. We didn't think she could win, but it was a yellow 5. And well, she had a 5. So a massive win. And here's the final scores It really wasn't close when it comes down to scores, but of course it was close with wins here, pal. 3 wins for Latonia, but Romeo dominating those 2 victories with about 150-point average between the two, beats out Candy Apple by a sizable margin.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of points here to consider, but just the great plays, coming from Latonia and just the experience coming through, the confidence. I mean, I know when someone's taunting, that to me is just a clear indication that not only do you have the confidence, but you're having a great time. And I feel like when you're calm and collected in any esports across the board, that is when the magic happens. That's when you just play because it's in your blood. You know how to play it. You can play this with your eyes closed, and there you have it. We have our bracket for our grand finals. We have Jaja, Laneboy, Latonia, Love, and Romeo coming in. I mean, Gojj, what do you think about this grand finals?
It's going to be a good one. If I know anything about this group, is that they've all truthfully dominated in all of their competitions. We've never really had a time, I think, throughout nearly the entirety of this broadcast where any of these players didn't at least have 2 wins. I think there is a sizable chance, very large chance to be honest, that they each grab 2 wins and we go the distance. We've already seen it once today, and we've seen it several times throughout the entirety of the year. So I think we could go all the way and go to game 9 and see who takes it all. But folks at home, I gotta remind you one more time, I'm about to give you some more giveaways, by the way. So you need to download Uno Mobile for free right now on the iOS or Android Google Play Store. You got to have the game downloaded for a chance to type in these giveaway codes that are right around the corner, okay? And follow Uno Mobile for all major socials. I know you're fiending for giveaways. They do more giveaways on their socials, in their Discord competitions. You want more coins, you want more diamonds, you want more everything. Go follow Uno on all major socials. We're live on a ton of platforms, and we see you over there on Twitch. We see you on TikTok. We see you on Facebook, and I'm loving our YouTube chat as well. And of course, everybody in-game watching through app as well. And speaking of some giveaways, it's time for some more. You have 2 minutes. Drop your Uno Mobile ID number in chat now for your chance to win. It's a 13-digit code. It's really easy to do. Just click the cogwheel on the homepage. The first tab, it's already going to be selected info. It's right underneath your name. It's a 13-digit number. Type it in chat, but only do it for the next 2 minutes. Our moderators have been very good about telling you when that time limit has been cut off and our winners have been selected. But until you see those messages, spam that ID away as many times as you would like. We'd love to see your ID in chat. We want to give you more of these amazing effects, emojis, and card themes. We've got a couple more of these to do, so type it in now for a chance to win. And if you don't win, of course, you can head over to the Mattel store for a chance to take home some of these just by paying for them as well. So they're not gone forever, but I do have a code for you as well, so you don't have to be selected for this one. You just got to be able to type some things into your app. Here's your next gift code. Final, the number 2 spots. Final 2 spots. That 2 is a number. You can see it on your screen right now. Go to that cogwheel, top left-hand corner, go down to gift code, click redeem, and type in this code. 600 coins, 10 diamonds, and 1 4x shield. You got to get your hands on it right now. This is for everybody. There's a limited time use though, so make sure you type it in before all of your other players that are in chat. Go type it in right now, but hopefully you win that ID as well. Get a little double whammy giveaway. Did I not tell you we had more giveaways, pal? We had a lot to give away to the people at home.
I love when we give things away. Let's just keep giving things away. So yes, stick around because you don't want to miss the giveaways. Just saying.
Well, guess what, pal? A great lead-in because, well, the giveaway is coming soon. We've got more giveaways right after the finals. And even after the finals, there's another section where we have more giveaways, okay? So you got to stick around for the finals, but stick around for some things afterwards as well. A lot more to give away. Stick around. That giveaway is coming soon. It's only 1 full match away, right around the corner after the finals. Now, while you're typing in your code and typing in your ID in chat, I do need to remind everybody at home what the players are playing for. Because yes, we love to give away things to you all, but the players are earning something right now. There is $5,000 on the line and a ton of diamonds. $3,000 for first place, $1,000 for second place, 500 for third, 500 for fourth. Everybody that's made it here thus far, you've won something already. The question is how much. And 10,000 diamonds, by the way, for first place, which is crazy. And these really unique in-game banners, which are awesome. But pal, what's not on this list is that the top two, first and second, not only walk away with the lion's share of cash, but also walk away with a spot to the annual finals, the end of the year. It's the end of next month. Stay tuned for that announcement, and you get a chance to play for $10,000 in that annual final.
That's so exciting. So exciting. I'm excited not only to see what, in fact, these players are going to do, but having all this pressure, now knowing not only the prize pool, but also the different contenders that they're going to have here. You know, to have a spot in the grand finals next month is huge. This is life-changing for a lot of people, you know? So I'm excited to see who is going to take all the first, second, third, and fourth. Good luck.
Right.
I'm rooting for everyone.
There's a lot of luck, but there's obviously a lot of skill, because we have to spin the wheel to see what the final rule is going to be added to the finals. Now, this is where it gets crazy, because there's only one full match. It's just the grand finals for today. And what rule will be added? Oh, yes, a fan favorite. We have asked every player every single time they've won what their favorite rule is, and it's open draft. Open draft is so strategic, so fun. It's going to be exciting. Now, if you haven't played open draft, it's very simple. I won't go into all the details because you're going to see it several times, but the simple part of this is you get to choose some of your cards. You quite literally get to draft a card out of a pile of cards that pop up. Everybody drafts, but everybody sees the cards that can be drafted as well. So you can take in a lot of information. This is where our cognitive players really have a chance to thrive and show you how good you are at Uno Mobile. So excited to get into it. You're going to draft a total of 4 cards across the board. Everybody will get a chance to be the first draftee. What we've seen, Pow, in the past is that not wild cards, but discard alls are the primary draft. And I have a feeling this style of strategy will really set Lane Boy up for success. This is what he's been doing all day today, is setting his own deck up during the game for discard alls. This time he quite literally gets to choose his deck, which is super, super cool.
And this is great too, because now that we've all seen how everybody styled their gameplay, now we really get to see what they're going to utilize to use that to their advantage. However, things can change up any minute here. I feel that more or less, if anybody has been paying attention to the styles, you kind of have to be willing to adapt to what is going on in that very moment. And I think everyone here has the skill set to do it. So it's going to be really exciting to see who has what it takes, Gojj.
Yeah, who has what it takes indeed. And again, if you're paying attention in chat, our moderators are letting you know the winners have been chosen, or at least they're deciding the winners. No more spamming of your IDs. We've done it. You've done it. Congratulations. You've at least entered. We'll see if you can win some more aside from our giveaway codes. But game's about to get started. It's the grand finals. It's first to 3 wins. Top 2 moving on. Well, not today, but moving on to the annual finals. I've loved this format through the entire year. And why we have just a second here, pal, I just got to say, what a year it's been for Uno Mobile Esports. This has been such a fun and long competition throughout the entirety of the year. But it's time for the grand finals. Let's get into the gameplay. It's time to show what you've got here on main stage. Let's see what happens. And we're starting with the draft. So this is what I was talking about. Everybody gets to pick a card out of a selection. It'll go around all the way around 4 times. So you'll see all these cards get drafted. We'll do that a total of 4 times.
All right. A lot of great cards here. Everybody's spectating, really thinking about what, in fact, will go to their advantage over here. Man, this draft is moving quicker than I thought.
Yeah, it goes pretty quick. And again, you're looking at what these decks that have kind of been shown or created, right? So you can see player on the left-hand side is electing to kind of pick up some greens. But you see Gojj at the bottom of our screen really set up well with some nice yellows across the board and a +4 wild. Gotta think back at what your opponents have drafted. A lot going on here, but you can see player on the right's got nice discard all for yellow and blue set up.
Quite
so
a bit of discard.
here we go. Man, look at Lane.
Wow.
Everybody set up on the colors they want. It's just a question of, can you get there?
Yellow.
I absolutely love the background of this. It's so cool, so retro.
All right. Discard alls
there
being...
goes that discard all.
And I think Gojj...
Red.
Oh, no, Gojj's not going for...
Oh, she moved it.
Gojj's trying to
Wait,
throw people off.
what?
Jaja's trying to throw people off, saying, I might have yellow discard all, but let's go to red. Why don't we? Because I want to play my +4 wild and yet again bluff? Not the double bluff. I mean, hey, whatever works. You're trying to, get people to forget that you've got a yellow discard alls. I don't know that we're all going to forget that, but +8 to the side of Latonia. See what they can do.
It's able to that skip, but here we go to 7. Lots of 7s here. Ooh. There it is, that discard all.
Okay, down to Uno.
Advantage if they can stay here with blue.
I know. The problem here is this. Romeo is flexing because he had a discard all, ready to win it all. First game of the grand finals, Romeo back on top, emoting on him and saying it's just that easy. It's just that simple. And my big question mark is what happens if Jaja doesn't double bluff? It just says, no, we're going yellow, gets all the way around, you play the discard all earlier, might have got that victory. It was close, not close enough. Congratulations to Romeo, set up for success with the open draft. First winner on the board.
I mean, there you love to see it. Just when you think someone has got the win, I mean, there you go, seeing another open draft. Will the strategy change? Will they try to pick up the same type of cards and action cards that will go to their advantage? That +4.
All right, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, if you look over at player on the left-hand side, I still think that's Lane Boy, right? Set up with yellows and reds and a +4 wild. Really good spot. But you got to try to convince these other players to go to those colors or maybe go there by necessity. Really doesn't want to have to draw a green. Lane Boy is not looking for a green.
1 second to decide.
Doesn't need it. And the green's chosen by somebody else. Nice and simple. Discard all on yellow 2 for Lane Boy. So really set up well on the left-hand side.
Yep, and here you go. Moving in straight into the discard alls back to back. Everyone just flexing on their discard alls. Love to see it.
Yeah, and this is what I talk about with open draft. Some people are like, oh, it's a longer game. It really isn't because everybody plays the discard alls really early. So there's so few cards to start with. You rarely ever see open draft go to time limit.
All right. The yellow here.
Blue.
Back to this is Romeo's perspective. So we just shifted.
Draw a card.
Blue.
Showing the space collection.
+8. Okay.
Uno.
Yeah, it's a big that's a big draw as well. Romeo does have a couple discard alls, but not enough to really do much.
Draw 4.
But look at Lane Boy over here. Has all those reds. If they can utilize, maybe pick up a discard all, put them in a good position. But Jaja here with 1 card left. We can not able to keep. No other colors there available for Jaja.
Not much you can do here.
Ooh.
Ooh, a skip
If
comes
there's a
through.
reverse situation,
Nobody
nope.
does anything about it. Jaja's gonna be able to grab that victory they so desperately wanted in the first round. So very close. Congratulations to Jaja, back on top with Romeo. Jaja and Romeo both with 1 win apiece. Again, they go quickly and overall
So quick.
just outplayed their opponents. And that's now like the 3rd or 4th time, I think, where they've set up the color correctly and then a player directly across from them at the table plays a +2 to force the one player that can do something about their Uno to not be able to do anything, unfortunately. So frustrating spot for everybody else, but Jaja, nice spot to be in.
Yes. I mean, we saw in the open draft how many discard alls were available. So everyone just got rid of them as soon as possible. So it was all about kind of what cards were kept left. And Jaja kind of, being patient with that. But let's see if this open draft here in this situation will be to their advantage. I love also that there is a time clock on how you decide with your open draft card, so you don't have a lot of time to think about this. You got to kind of like look at what we have to offer and pick it up as we go, and it's moving pretty quick. I like that.
Yeah, I am seeing, by the way, if you haven't voted for who you think's gonna win, I think the voting is just about to close in app. Make sure you're in app, click that little red TV, and then there'll be a button on the right hand corner with that golden question mark on a card. Click that, go vote. I see Mia in chat has just voted for the first time. A chance to win 500 coins. Total of 3,500 coins you could have won today if you predicted everything correctly. I don't know how you would have done that, but kudos to you if you did.
Spooky with the spooky vibes, they were someone seeing some spooky vibes. That's how they did it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Gojj.
All right, discard alls coming out probably from most people. No, Jaja says,
Ooh,
I'm gonna
wild.
Jaja's
Okay.
hanging on. I like this. Everybody's playing a little bit more strategic. Romeo likely goes to 3 here. And if they don't do something about Romeo quickly, does have that +4 wild as potentially their last card.
Lots of discard all, but I'm gonna take. I was gonna draw a card over here. Back to Lane Boy, discarding all over here.
Latonia.
Yep.
Latonia's
With this, ooh,
she's
with
there.
that +4.
There's nothing anybody can do. It won't. There's literally nothing you can do at this point. Jaja draws 6 cards, an even bigger win for Latonia. Lane Boy doesn't even play the +4 wild, eats the 50 points. Latonia on top. Latonia supremacy. I know a lot of people in chat are voting for Latonia, and I think, pal, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I think every group, every semifinals, and even now the finals, we have gotten to a point where we play 3 games with 3 different winners.
Yeah, I think we'd have to double check on that, but I think you might be right.
Very
and
close,
what
at
I'd
least.
love to see is that the chat is just going crazy for everyone, spamming who they think they're gonna win. Also just like putting a lot of hype and giving their energy to their friends. Keep doing that. I'm sure that helps calm their nerves in some way. So I'm excited to see what this open draft has to offer.
Okay, here we go. Nobody on match point yet, but a position, a chance to put yourself in a really good position. Yet again, a massive win from Latonia. If you look at the bottom of our screen, look at the points. All 3 had huge wins. Technically, Jaja's was the best by 2 points, but see if that ends up mattering. Drafting across. Nobody looks necessarily like the strongest hand. I don't know. The Lane Boy is looking pretty good. Look how many blues with that discard all Lane Boy has. And they all know that. They all know that. And I think you're going to get a different color here from Lane Boy. If it stays...
Oh, man.
If
nobody picked up that wild, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, everybody wants to discard all.
If he can pick up that wild... Oh, no.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now we know.
But look at Lane Boy's hand. If Lane Boy would have gotten that green discard all, could have gone out in 2, which is wild.
Yeah, it would have been a very quick game. All right. We're moving things along over here.
Okay, could maybe discard all again, which sets up Romeo. Romeo's already winning. This is what I'm talking about. The draft. The open draft goes crazy because if you don't do something about the cards you're seeing drafting, all of a sudden you got a player you know is on a +4 wild. Romeo on top. Romeo wins the 4th game to be the first
they
player.
Know it too. They know it too.
First player to 2 wins. Massive congrats to Romeo. Job's not done, but you've got to be feeling good. You're already at 2. You're on match point, and both of those wins have been pretty sizable. Has a chance to even be carried to the grand finals, or the annual final rather, next month if he doesn't win it all himself.
That's right. I mean, it does feel good, but still, we've seen crazy things happen today and very spooky things happen. So I don't want to count anything out just yet, Gojj.
That's right. We are. I don't know if we're even going on a spooky stroll anymore like you can in game. We're going on a spooky run. I am running for my life through this game. Things are moving quickly, but let's take a look at this draft.
Okay. Maybe changing things up here. Picking up that wild card over there.
Latonia's looking for a discard all, sticking to that. If Latonia can get a yellow discard all in this next draft, he'll be set up to go out in 2 turns potentially. But again, the +4 wilds have been huge. Lane Boy's got a pretty decent hand as well. Wow. Hey,
I'm surprised they didn't pick up that wild.
You've got 2 colors, and you can throw down 5 cards in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a blue 4 to start. I mean, everything is pointing to Latonia's.
It's risky, but you know what? I love to see it. We've seen some great plays like that today.
Yeah, if Latonia could have started the game, she would have been set up so well. But we go green. We know most people don't have any crazy green cards. And quickly, Lane Boy says, don't worry, go to yellow. Everybody loves yellow, right?
Yes, please.
Lane Boy doesn't have a yellow, but I like the bluff.
Romeo
Watch out.
Though.
Watch out for Romeo. If that would have been red, Romeo won it all. It wasn't.
Draw cards.
Okay. This is where we separate who, in fact, can make these plays work in their favor, knowing that they have kept a mental awareness of the draft.
The time is running thin on how much the draft can help you, right? Like, you've already seen a lot of those cards being played. A lot of people have drawn.
Exactly.
I don't know everything. A huge draw from Jaja and a nice play to not play it. Not yet.
Great reverse.
This is exactly where you want to be if you're
Draw
Jaja.
4.
It goes to blue. Perfect setup. Jaja with a crazy play.
Wow.
Picks the +4 wild up off the top deck and decides not to play it and gets the color they need to go down to just one color. Goes to blue. Discard all. Doesn't
red.
matter. +4 wild at the end. You hang on to it. You win. Congratulations to Jaja. Massive victory to put Jaja at the top as well with 2 wins. So it's Romeo and Jaja again at the top, both on match point, both with an opportunity to make the annual finals.
I mean, we've seen this before, but I feel like at this moment in time, it's really going to come down to how you're utilizing that draft in your favor. Now, obviously, some cards are going to, be a luck of the draw, but, we'll see, in fact, if that actually works for them in this open draft.
All right, this could be all she wrote. This could be the last game. Here we go. See the draft coming through. Laneboy really has honestly probably gotten some of the worst drafts comparatively to some of these other players. No +4 wilds. Look to the right-hand side. That's Romeo on the right with a +4 wild after the draft. Latonia on only 2 colors. Watch out for that. She can stick to just 2 colors. Has a chance to go out really, really quick and join the others at the top. Still at 2 colors and 2 discard alls for each color. Latonia in a really good spot, but they know she's in that spot. Here we go. Jaja with 3 wild cards. The problem is that's
lots of wild.
That's
there
a lot
for
of turns,
Jaja.
though. A lot of turns to get around, and Latonia's basically on Uno.
Man.
If everybody sticks to discard all here, Latonia wins. Are they going to do it? No.
Blue.
Not likely.
Back to blue.
Smart play.
Nobody's got blue.
I like the way Jaja plays. You know they don't have blue, but Latonia draws a skip.
Skip.
You just go back?
That's a really lucky skip. Oh my.
You just go back. I love this from Jaja. In another top deck, wild to go yellow, forcing the hand.
Burn it.
Forcing the hand of the opponents. Romeo not burning the +4 wild. Could quite literally
Keep it yellow.
the +2 saved it there. That would have been game over. The +2
goodness.
made Latonia draw. Goes to red. Now Romeo.
Red.
Romeo can go out.
Red.
Whoa. Jaja with
Draw
Uno over
card.
here, though.
+8. I don't know that anybody can do anything about it. That's just freebie. Walk to the finals. Walk to the annual finals. Romeo is your champion of October. Congratulations. A massive victory at the end. Romeo, huge victory in the final seconds. Set up so perfectly with the discard all. No one could do anything about it. And I gotta say, pal, I think Romeo's drafts have been some of the best yet across the board. Got some of the best cards, some luck, but great strategies to set up the discard all as well. Very, very well played. Romeo is moving on to the grand finals, or the annual finals rather, end of next month. Question is, and I think I know the answer. I think it's Jaja. Jaja also moving on to the annual finals in 2nd place overall. But before we get to the scores, we gotta look back at the replays, because
I gotta see some of these plays, because it was incredible seeing the just the idea of our open draft and how that can go so much in your favor. And you could see Romeo, they just really just kept it together, just kind of just cruising on by with these wins. I mean, same with Jaja, right? Like, just able to kind of cerebrally play all of these gameplays. I mean, I have to shout out everyone here that's been playing such great gameplays by everyone here, but you could just see Romeo just really in the zone, securing all these wins to put him in that position to move forward. And of course, Jaja also as well.
Yeah, Romeo had a massive play here, and this is that kind of final moment with the discard all, but it was because of Laneboy's +2. Yet again, a +2 from a player on the opposite side set the player that wins up for success. Here's the final score. One of the highest scores we've seen today, if not the highest, almost 1,000 points, 889 points, but the points don't matter. When you get 3 wins, Jaja gets 2 wins. Romeo, Jaja moving on to the annual finals next month and walking away with a ton of cash. Now, everybody here on this list, they're walking away with at least a little bit, at least $500 to the side of Latonia and Laneboy, but massive pile of diamonds. Let's look back on the bracket, pal, and see their journey here. Look at Romeo's plays all the way through.
so good, Gojj. I mean, such amazing contenders here in our Uno esports community. You got to give everybody their flowers because it's so tough. Like, for the first time, there's people, you know, who are repeat players, but for the first time, this is their first time competing in an event like this, right? So you kind of have to throw that out there. But then, you know, you have people who just play this every day. This is their game, you know, and just to see them come all the way from the qualifiers to the semifinals and now to the grand finals and then our winners. It's just amazing to watch. And all year we've had so much fun watching these players just progress, and it's so fun.
Yeah, a great kind of walk through the bracket. You know, something to note from that bracket as well, pal. That was technically Romeo's first win of any of the specific groups they made it through. In group,
Amazing.
got second, one off of a tiebreaker. In semifinals, got second, one off of a tiebreaker. And in the grand final, said, I'm tired of the second place thing. I'm taking it all. I'm winning it all. So huge congratulations to Romeo. Very, very well done. $3,000 richer. And of course, a spot in the annual finals. We said this several times. End of next month. We're really excited about it. We're excited to see these two players there, Romeo and of course Jaja. So huge. And honestly, what a way to finish the day here in October and finish all of our monthly finals, which is crazy to say. Now, broadcast not done yet. Folks in chat, I see you. We've got some more giveaways coming right around the corner here shortly. Stay tuned. Stay patient. They'll be here shortly. But let's take a look at the pricing overall. I've shouted it out several times, but I want to give you a chance to see it. Here it is. Romeo on top, pal. $3,000. 10,000 diamonds and that badge.
Look at the ladies dominate this month's challenge. I mean, I gotta say, you know, esports, I mean, Uno's changing a lot of things here. And I love to see first place coming in with $3,000, but 10K diamonds. And that, like you said, those shiny little badges, they're super cool and they're great to show off. We got Jaja with 1,000 and 5K diamonds coming in second. And Latonia with $500 and 3K diamonds. And Lane Boy 500 there with the prize pool. So everybody going home with a little something.
Yeah, Romeo was incredible to watch. Very well done. But you're right. Everybody walking away with a little bit of something. So thank you to all the competitors that competed today. Regardless of whether you made some cash or some diamonds today, and maybe you made some diamonds and coins in chat. I don't know. But thank you for being here. The broadcast is not done yet, though. We've got a lot more exciting things to talk about. I know we've got some more giveaways. We've got some winners to talk about. And I think we might be getting an interview here shortly. But before we do, let's take a look at who won our last giveaway. Remember those IDs?
Ooh.
It's card theme time, and Queen and Mrs. Jones won. Congratulations.
Ooh.
If this is your ID, congratulations. Queen, Miss Jones, the ladies on top continually. Pal, this is even more on top here with Queen and Mrs. Jones, but massive card theme here. I love this one. This is the emoji card theme. Very, very cool. A ton of coins, by the way. So huge win here if you won this giveaway. Now, job's not done yet on the giveaway side of things either. I said we were going to have 3 winners of each, didn't I? Well, we've had 2 of each thus far, which means there's one more time to drop your IDs in chat right now. Drop your Uno Mobile ID number in chat now for your chance to win. It's that 13-digit number. It's that first tab when you click the cogwheel. It's info. It's right underneath your name, 13 digits. Type it in right now until the moderators tell you to stop. We're going to choose winners. Now, if you win this time around, I said there's going to be 3 winners of each. You're going to win 1 of each, all right? So if you win this next time, you win 1 effects, 1 emojis, 1 card theme. You get everything on the list here. So hopefully that's you. We'll see. But if it's not you, you can always head to the Mattel store to get your hands on it as well. Drop your IDs in chat again. Pal, moderator's going to let them all know when to stop. But until then, drop it in the chat right now. Get your hands on these emojis, these effects, and these card themes. All right. Well, pal, as we are kind of awaiting the future and letting our players in chat, they're dropping their IDs. I mean, let's do this now. Let's talk about kind of what you think of today. I mean, we had some crazy action. I mean, Group B went the distance right off the rip, and it really set the tone for the entire competition.
I mean, these gameplays did not disappoint. We saw some of the best cerebral plays I've seen all year. What I love too is the fact that It was the ladies who took the top of the top and definitely showed their skill, the camaraderie. And, you know, I could see everyone in the chat just going crazy, supporting everyone in the community. So it's been such an amazing year. Watching everyone just, you know, learn and also just come together, because that's what Uno is like kind of a community event where people come together, they meet each other for the first time, or they get to learn from one another and they become fast friends. So it's really been a sweet treat to see, considering how amazing today's event has gone.
Yeah, and I think it's worth noting too, like the gameplay has evolved throughout the entirety of the year. Like towards the beginning, I felt like everybody was trying to get like their feet underneath them, trying to figure out how to compete on Uno Mobile, especially to compete under pressure. A lot of the time, this is the first time these players have ever competed on anything with Uno Mobile, right? So you're kind of playing for money. Like there's a lot on the line, and we've seen some players kind of come back over and over again and kind of get another chance at it because they earn their spot here. And that's what's fun about Uno Mobile Esports, is that you have to earn your spot here to these monthly finals. It's not given. It's not an invitation to the monthly finals in particular. You've got to earn it, and it's all in app. So as a moment here to shout it out one more time, if you ever want to get involved in future monthly finals, they're done for the year, but for future monthly finals, if you want to get involved, you have to have the app downloaded, because all the qualifiers happen in game. So go follow Uno Mobile on all major socials, but download Uno Mobile if you haven't. If you somehow haven't, watching all of this broadcast, go download for free on the iOS or Android Google Play stores. I'll continue to tell you, don't worry. But Pat, we're about to have an interview here, and I think our interviewee is in the chat with us. We've got Romeo with us here shortly. There she is, Romeo. First and foremost, I just gotta say congratulations. And the first question for you, how are you feeling right now?
I don't know, ecstatic. I mean, completely thrown. I mean, you practice and you practice and you use your skills and your strategies. And sometimes we want to blame it on the cards or the time we're playing or this or that, but we still want to play more and we get frustrated, but you just got to persevere.
Yeah.
Yes, persevere indeed you did with those back-to-back wins. And just like your style of gameplay, I just want to know, what are your thoughts on these monthly finals? How did you feel and during these matches?
I've actually played them for quite a bit of time, and I want to give a shout out to my group on Uno. It's Uno Bad Bunnies, UBB.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, I had called, I had Missy set up Discord and everything. She's like, and I'm like, Missy, oh my gosh, I'm gonna set it up like Shin does, right? And she goes, no. And by the way, yes, I am a female. And my name is Trish. But the fact is, she goes, play how you would normally play. So I go, okay, all right, I got this. And so shout out to all them and everyone that was, I couldn't monitor that, like watching the gameplay and everything like that. All I could do is focus on the game. So you got to focus on your skills, your strategies, the things that you practice, you know the wheel, and that's the name of the game.
Yeah, and you did it so well. That's the thing. When you just played your game, you didn't overthink it. You just played your game. Things went well for you. So again, congratulations on that. We got a couple more questions for you. Then we'll let you go celebrate. First and foremost, from this tournament, I know you were just playing the game, so you weren't monitoring the live stream or anything. From the games that you played, was there any, what was your most memorable moment? Like, what moment in the games you're going to think back on for a long time?
It's so hard to remember when you're playing the game to watch. You remember the gameplay. So when you're Community Cup playing and you're watching it, because it has that back feed, so that's okay. But you're seeing the gameplay, and then when it goes from Group A, Group B, C, and so on, you have to watch the players and their moves. If you don't do that, then that's when you actually can lose focus.
Yeah.
So
that's a great shout.
as much as I want to be like, is this really, really happening to me? Is this really, really seriously happening to me? But I want to give a shout out to Uno. So a lot of people actually say like, oh, Uno's this, Uno's that. But the one thing I can tell you is that Uno, in my situation in my life, as an educator and everything, and something happened, but using my mathematical skills and everything like that and strategies, just like shout out to my students that I used to teach that I'm still in touch with and everything like that, to say nothing's impossible.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. I really am curious about the community that you've built. Who is this bunny group? Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Is that who you regularly play with?
Well, what is it? Like when you're on, so if you're on, oh my gosh, I'm getting a little choked up right now. Oh my days.
Oh,
You're good.
You know what I mean?
okay. It's okay. I'm going to get choked. Listen, if you cry, I'm going to cry. Then we're all going to cry and it's all good.
Where's my water? Not for my tears. But no, it's Bad Bunnies. So it's Uno Bad Bunny. So it's Bad Bunnies, right?
Nice.
And
Love it.
there's Missy, there's, oh my gosh, Emma the Queen, Kim, Pedro. I want to give a shout out to Bella too, who is actually 12, and I remember she's 8 hours away, and she's probably sleeping right now. But
she'll watch back.
I was just waking up, right? And it's just always good to give good inspiration to kids, no matter what happens no matter what happens in your life. Nothing is impossible if you try.
That's a great breakdown. Trish, this has been such an amazing interview already. We want you to go celebrate, though. So I've got one more question for you, then we'll let you go. Yeah. One more question, then we'll let you go. You go cry, you go celebrate, you do whatever you want, because you've been inspiring to a lot of people.
One thing, I did not mention anyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone else has been a part of this, and if I forgot to mention any names, you're all included in it. So, love you all.
There are so many people, I'm sure, backing you and love you for this. So the final question for you. First of all, congratulations on the win today. But reminder, that means you earned a spot to the annual finals at the end of next month. Do you have some words? Do you think you can win it all with your mathematician skills? Do you have any words for maybe some of the other competitors?
You know what? The one thing about math is the number one important thing in life. But the fact is, you have to practice all the games. You have to play single. You have to play duo, right? But when you want to build your coin rank, I would highly recommend going classic and times 80 to save your coins and the longevity of it all. But
nice.
Enjoy the game. Don't pick on the game, because the game is the game. And that's why we play the game. And I am chuffed right now.
Oh.
Wise words with Trish, wise words with Romeo in game. Thank you so much for joining us in the booth, Trish. You've been an absolute joy. We wish you the best in the annual finals, and congratulations one more time.
God bless and thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, you heard it from Trish. You've got to practice. You've got to practice. You've got to practice. What a wholesome interview. We all love Romeo. If we get some hearts in the chat for Romeo, that'd be awesome. And again, I think that's one more time we can shout out just Discord communities and communities in general that kind of make themselves through Uno Mobile. Such an amazing experience you don't get to see in a lot of other titles as well. So again, shout out to Romeo. But Pow, we've got to wrap up here shortly.
I know.
Any final words for you for the broadcast with the last monthly final?
I mean, first of all, I just have to say thank you to the Uno esports community. You guys have been an absolute pleasure all year round, just getting to know all of you and just kind of chiming in the Discord or in the chat. Thank you for being so gracious. And I'm so excited to see Uno esports, you know, kind of take off organically. I love that just the viewership grows and grows and grows. We're on all platforms and everyone just has a great time. It's always good vibes. So I'm so grateful to be here, and I've just had the time of my life, especially with you. You're fun, you know. You're all right.
I try. I'm always wearing weird hats, but pal, thanks so much for joining us on the broadcast. I'm sure we'll see you later, and potentially even next year as well. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? But pal, have a great weekend as well.
Thank you.
Folks,
and happy Halloween to everyone.
True. Happy Halloween to everyone. Now, folks at home, we are going to bid pal farewell, but job's not done here. I did tell you we have some more giveaways, right? So it's time to announce some of those winners. I think we've got some winners of some of our giveaways from before. We're going to bring them up on screen. As a reminder, you win one of everything on your screen, not just the thing that your name is underneath. Monet, Sagittarius, and Flump. Congratulations for being in the chat. Typing in your ID. It was that simple. You've won the effects, you've won the emojis, and you've won the card theme. Congratulations, 5,000 coins as well. A big win if this is you. 3 of you, which means we've given away 3 of each. Massive congratulations if you're Monet, Sagittarius, or Flump. Now, if you didn't win, reminder, you can head over to the store to take care of business and get involved. You can always pick up all of these on the Mattel store. Got to talk about it because it's a really cool store. But before we do, I got to remind you one more time, follow Uno Mobile on all major socials, because here's the thing. In their social medias, they're always talking about deals, giveaways, competitions, and more ways to earn things in game. You've got to follow them on all major socials. We're talking our live stream locations where we'll be live during the annual finals, but also in that Discord that you heard from Trish, aka Romeo, just a few moments ago. But speaking of things in game that you can get your hands on, we've been talking about our spooky theme, and it's time to take a spooky stroll. All right, when you talk about the spooky stroll, you saw the video about it, but I gotta remind you with a graphic to hit you square in the face, because that holiday, Halloween, right around the corner. Go to the game for a spooky stroll. This new event, Snakes and Ladders, will bring you a Halloween adventure you're gonna want to get your hands on. Don't miss it, and don't miss it by getting in game. All right, and again, I've been talking about this community deals. Let me remind you more about them. You got to head to the store. You got to get your hands on these deals. You could potentially even pick up some of those packs, those emojis you see on your screen right now, the fruit salad effects as well. That store, here's the link. It's been in chat, store.mattel163.com /Uno. Store.mattel163.com /Uno. You can go to the store in game, but the store online. You don't even have to open up the game to go to the store online. Make sure you're logged in, and it's going to give you a ton of deals by doing it on the online website. You can do that on a computer, you can do that on a laptop, whatever you got. You can do that on that website link. Now, if you didn't catch it here, it's going to be in chat. You can type in that link in chat inside of your browser, inside of the description down below. Click it. There's a ton of different ways to get to it, but go use that link and go check out the store. Now, our next event is at the end of next month. All right. Now, I told you to stay tuned to socials, didn't I? Did you follow all the socials? They're going to announce it on socials. I don't know if you got a leak or not, but it's the end of next month. We'll tell you the day shortly. End of November is the annual finals. Now, of course, we're going to see all of those returning names that you've seen compete through the monthly finals and earn their spot in the annual final next month. But a reminder, it's for $10,000, and of course the title of, well, Uno Mobile champion of the world. An opportunity to win it all at the end of the year and be an Uno Mobile esports star. All right, so make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to be live on all of those socials we've been live today on. Just stay tuned for that information. If you're in the Discord, don't worry, you'll get pinged about it as well. Now, folks, I gotta say before we close out the show, I talk a lot. You all have welcomed me in with open arms into the Uno Mobile community. I've been your host throughout all of these monthly finals, and it's been such a joy of mine to be here with you. However, I do have to bid you farewell as we close out the show. I hope you have a happy Halloween if you celebrated, and if not, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next month.
Bye.